Well, how long's it been since you picked up a microphone?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I want to...
Besides yelling at kids on Call of Duty.
I don't even talk on there.
You got any questions, Boost, about anything before we get rolling?
I don't think so.
I think you've been through this before.
Yeah, I've done this before.
All right, cool.
Guardian down.
Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to episode 27 of Guardian Downcast. We're a couple of dads that talk about all things in the Destiny universe and discuss other things in gaming and entertainment as well. I'm your host, The Gator, and my co-host Hazel is here tonight as well. Hey, Hazel, how you been, man?
Doing all right, man. Work's been kicking my ass yet again. So, yeah. What can you do?
Yeah.
How you been, man?
I have had a good week, man. I actually met one of my buddies I game with for, I guess I've known him for 10 plus years now, Warcry. He was with his daughter in town and with the Girl Scouts, and he was over in part of town I knew, and I said, hey, there's a nice little hamburger joint that I like to go to when I'm in that area. I said, let's meet up there. So I met up for lunch with him. He was on his way back to go back home, and met his family, his two girls, and great family, man. It was a great time. And I think I sent a pic in the Discord, in our Discord, when we, right before we left. So, yeah, it's been a great week, man. It's been a great week. Well, good deal. We're very excited to introduce our guest of the show tonight. He's a gamer and community member and a past podcaster of the Dad Tales podcast. Our friend, BOOSTkdv. Hey, how you been, man?
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Oh, my God. I haven't heard that voice in forever.
Oh,
I know.
Feels good to be back on the mic, to be honest with you.
It does, man. It does. Well, good deal. Just an overview of tonight's show. We're going to hear more about Boost's story. We're going to test his Twitch reflexes with our new and improved, quote, fast fire session we call the speed run. Next, we're going to catch up with in the last week in gaming and entertainment. Hazel's going to go over the TWAP for this week. Then our main discussion tonight, in the spirit of the Academy Awards and the Oscars airing this week, we're going to dive into our top 5 movies of the last decade. We did video games last week. We're going to do movies this week. I got to give Hazel credit here. He gave me these 2 ideas, and I'm rolling with them. So
I like it.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a great night. Finally, we're going to answer Twitter and Discord questions from our community and add 2 songs each from everyone here for our Guardian Downcast playlist on Spotify and now iTunes. Wanted to thank RNG Gator, who gave me a tip for transferring our playlist to the iTunes playlist. So now we have them on both platforms, which is kind of cool.
Go.
Yeah. All right, gents, let's do this. All right. Hey, I have not seen this guy in forever. Or I haven't heard him in forever. I haven't actually physically seen him, but
Yeah, it's the same thing.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But hey, Boost, introduce yourself. Where are you from? What about your family? What do you do for a living? The basic stuff.
Sure. But before I get started, I just want to, I have a fun fact.
Oh, hell yeah.
You want to hear one?
Absolutely,
Yes.
dude.
Okay. So I have 2, but we'll see which one's better.
Ooh.
I'm fanboying out right now.
So did you know that a blob of toothpaste that sits on your toothbrush has a name?
Really?
Really?
It's called a nurdle.
The nurdle.
Nurdle.
Wow.
So now when you put toothpaste on your toothbrush, that's a nurdle.
Good to know. Good to know. Very cool. Very cool,
Another
man.
fun fact. Let's see
Go
which
for
one
it.
you like better.
All right.
If you put some Viagra in a vase, it will make flowers stand up straight for a week.
No
beyond
way.
When they would normally.
No way. Seriously?
According to one study conducted by Israel and Australian researchers.
Wow.
That's fantastic.
So
Well-
Viagra can make your flowers grow.
Well, I know Viagra, it dilates the bloodstream, so I guess it could dilate the capillaries in a plant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Makes them stand up straight.
I'm voting for the second one.
Yeah, you like that one? Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put Viagra if I can find some in my shampoo. So I can
Oh,
grow hair.
come on, Hazel. Who you kidding?
Oh, that's an idea.
Oh,
Maybe I'll borrow some yours, Gator.
I got plenty. Trust me, I get it from Canada. It's super cheap.
Oh hell.
Oh boy.
So what's up, man? What for those of you who don't know Boost, he was a past podcast host for the Dad Tales podcast.
I kind of took a break from it.
Sure.
It just wasn't fitting with the schedule anymore and stuff. But so, but you want to know a little bit about me?
Yeah, I think our listeners do, who may not know you.
So, if you don't know me, I am originally from New Jersey. I was born and raised there for about 32, 33 years of my life. And then the past 2 years, I moved to Texas. So now I am a Texan.
Don't tell
I like
Easy.
it much better.
Oh, Easy's aware.
He already
I know.
knows. Yeah.
Easy is he's pretty close to me actually. He's like maybe like a town over. So
Nice.
I got to meet up with him one day. I haven't gotten. He actually came to my work to have his truck fixed, but he wasn't. He didn't have my number, so he didn't call me. Like, what the hell, man?
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. So I have worked for Toyota for the past 17, 18 years. So if you have a Toyota and you have any questions, hit me up.
Yeah, I want a 2020 Toyota Tundra. Where can I get one cheap? never
Good
mind.
luck. Good luck with that.
And do they have it in sky blue?
Not yet.
I have an Explorer that's like an electric blue color. I went and saw the 2019s and they have like this light blue, and I'm not a big light blue fan. But
Yeah.
I really hope they come out with like an electric blue. It looks so good.
They have. I don't know if they had the blue in the Tundra. I don't know if they have it for 2020. I know they have it for the Tacoma.
I've seen it.
comes in the blue.
I've seen it. It looks really good too. I just
Yeah.
need a bigger truck. Yeah.
Tundra's a good truck.
Yeah.
Rarely have any issues with them.
Nice.
Very cool. So, Boost, how'd you tell us about your gaming history?
Sure. So, as I'm sure most of you guys started out on the good old Nintendo back in for me, I was born in 85, so that's about when it came out, I think, right? Came out in like 85, 86, I think.
Don't
Nintendo?
ask me.
I think so.
It's like a
Yeah.
blur.
I think so.
So I didn't get like into gaming probably when the Super Nintendo came out, and pretty much Mario Kart was amazing. Mario Kart, so good.
Mario or Mario?
I say Mario.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank
from the
you.
Northeast, so
It is Mario. That is the
It
correct.
could be Mario. But I say Mario.
I've said both, but everyone laughs because I say Mario all the time.
You know, that's funny because when we first started doing this on DTP, I said Mario, and everyone was making fun of me.
Yeah.
Who's Mario? I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know who Mario is.
Maybe it is an East Coast thing.
Maybe, could be. But I think it was Justin who was the one who corrected me, and he's from Philadelphia, so that's kind of East Coast.
Yeah, it's very East Coast. Yep.
Maybe it's a Northeast thing.
well, he is from New England, so
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Gator dubbed that. So, yeah.
But I would say my passion for gaming really came around probably Nintendo 64 and GoldenEye. GoldenEye was like the first FPS game I really got my hands on. And my brother and I were so good at it that when we played our friends, we had to use pistols, and they could use whatever they want. And we had to use pistols because we would just destroy everybody. So GoldenEye was like the first game I really got into. And then first online game was Call of Duty 4. I know it wasn't Halo. You know, a lot of people's first online game was Halo, but
no, I'm with you, man. That was my first
Yeah.
too.
Call of Duty 4 was the first one where I got to be a noob and got my ass kicked. because I didn't know what the hell I was doing online. And then pretty much purchased every Call of Duty game since. I played Call of Duty on like GameCube, Call of Duty 1, 2, and 3. Didn't play those online though, because I don't think GameCube even had online service, did they?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But then I got the Xbox 360, and Call of Duty 4 was it. And been playing Call of Duty ever since. Like I said, I've owned every single one. But I think the peak of our, I think we can kind of all agree, Destiny 1 was like the pinnacle of getting people together. Like, I've never really played a game like that before, where you kind of grab a whole bunch of buddies and go into like a 6-man raid. Like, I've never played a game like that. I didn't play like Warcraft or anything like that. So I think Destiny 1 was like the pinnacle of gaming for me.
I could see that.
Yeah, it was. I was so burnt out on Call. I was like you, Boost. I played every Call of Duty since COD 4, and I was just so burnt out on Call of Duty. I wanted something else, and when Destiny came around, I was hooked.
Yeah, basically, like, you get to a certain point in Call of Duty, it's like, I don't think I'm going to get any better at this. And it's just, every year is just getting more and more frustrating.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to find something I can lay back a little, like right around Destiny 1, I had my first daughter. I think she was maybe 1 or 2 at the time. And it was just a lot easier game to digest with kids. It's a little more relaxing than being all high strung playing Call of Duty online. But
you mean you weren't getting tired of people saying what they were going to do to your mom?
Yeah,
those chats after the game.
I've had so many stints with cancer and AIDS. I don't know how I'm still alive.
That's classic.
That's awesome.
So you went the Xbox route though, didn't you? You didn't go PS4 or PS route?
Yeah, so I was one of 3 brothers. Mm-hmm. My older brother and I were the Xbox guys. And then my younger brother decided to be the PS guy. So he had the PS1, the PS2, all the way up to PS3. And then I have PS4 now, but I still play Xbox more. I guess it all matters. I don't know why, I just kind of gravitated from Nintendo to Xbox. I know a lot of people have went from, it seems like, I don't know, maybe you guys can answer this. If you started with Sega, are you a PlayStation guy?
Nope. Never. I skipped Sega altogether. I went from...
Yeah, I didn't play Sega either.
ColecoVision and Television, then I jumped to Nintendo. And I'd GameCube, all that. I'd never played that. I was totally Nintendo until PlayStation came along.
Yeah, I wasn't a Sega guy either. I was jealous of my friends that had a Sega, but, you know.
Yeah, same. I had Nintendos, and then I went to Xbox.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ask you this, and you can be as exacting as you'd like, or you can just breeze over it. It's up to you. How did you meet the Dad Tales crew? Just a quick history.
So, let's see. It started out with, okay. Let's go back in history here. So, it started with, oh man, it was probably Titanfall. The first Titanfall. It was 2011.
Wow.
2011, right? The first Titanfall. I don't remember. 2014, right? I don't know, but it was one of those years. But
yeah.
So Titanfall was, and both Justin and I, we didn't know each other at this time, but we were both in Dad's Gaming. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dad's Gaming.
Yeah, I was in their clan for a short amount of time.
Yeah, you were too, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we were both in Dad's Gaming right around the launch of Titanfall. We used to have like game nights and stuff, and I just so happened to always, I guess because me and Justin were on the same time schedule of Eastern time. So we always kind of ended up in the same group, I guess you could say. So we always kind of played together. And we just kind of kept talking and chatting. And then even when we weren't having game nights, it was like me and Justin that kept playing together, and my buddy Brad. You may know him as Leeson Button. I don't know if you are familiar, but
it sounds familiar. I mean, I remember Brad.
He was on the OG DTP podcast.
Yeah.
Probably like the first 20 episodes, maybe.
I watched you guys when you were doing YouTube videos. You were streaming live with cameras and everything.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. And I saw how you had that awesome beard game going. I was like, damn, that's a beautiful beard.
Oh, I still got it.
Oh, my God. That's so awesome.
It's the Arabic blood. It's beard.
Nice.
But yeah, Titanfall, I met Justin. And then when Destiny 1 first got announced, which was later 2014, right? That was like the fall 2014.
Mm-hmm.
So it was Titanfall. We basically played all summer together of Titanfall, and then Destiny 1 came out, and the leader of Dad's Gaming, which was Reno at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think he still is, actually. But he needed some group leaders for Destiny because he wanted to make a Dad's Gaming Destiny group. So me and Justin kind of said, yeah, we're interested in this game. We're probably going to play it a bunch. So that's how we kind of met that way. So basically for a long time, it was me, Justin, and Brad. We would just kind of do all the Nightfalls together. We would grab 3 other people and do raids, PvP all the time. And we just kind of hit it off. And like we used to just laugh our asses off at our conversations every time we used to play. So like, what if we just recorded this? Just record our game nights. So that's basically where it started. Me, Justin, and Brad were like the original 3. It was like our original idea. And then we kind of, then like Broke came along, Stu came on later, and Rocker came on last, actually. Then we kind of grew from there.
Very cool, man. All right, sir. So, obvious question time. Where did the gamer tag come from?
Okay. So, the Boost comes from my 1987 Toyota Supra Turbo that I used to own. Yeah. So, the Boost comes from the Turbo, obviously. And the KDV is my initials. So I just kind of put the two together. I used to have an 87 at the end because I did have an 87 Supra. Mm-hmm. But I dropped the 87 because in Black Ops 2, it was uncool to have numbers in your name.
Yeah.
This is what I was told when I was being told I had cancer. They said, you have numbers in your name. You're trash. Okay. If you say so.
Just the sewage you would hear after a game was over. Oh my God. It was.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, especially during League play. I don't know if you played League play.
Yes, I remember League games.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Oh man, it was the bottom of the barrel, man. It was like the lowest part of humanity. I mean, it was. You couldn't. You had to get as foul as you possibly could. It was just terrible, man.
Yeah, those lobbies.
You'd be kids crying, and it was just bad. It's not a. I gotta admit, I got sucked into it. I rage a little bit. At least I used to. And yeah, wow, memories.
So then I dropped the 87 and BOOSTkdv. This is the only name I've ever had for Xbox.
We were just gonna ask you if you had other gamer tags, but
yep. This is it.
I love that gamer tag, man. It's unique. It's unique.
It's kind of funny. Like when you're making a gamer tag, you don't really think of what kind of effect it can have on like your future and stuff.
Yeah, it's your identity.
And like, yeah, I'm like now I'm Boost.
Yep.
And like you're a Gator and you're Hazelnut.
Yep.
We don't really go by our real names, you know.
Yep. True.
Yeah. How fast did you take that Super up to?
There's highway in New Jersey, Interstate 287. I don't know if anyone's from the area knows the highway, but it's basically a 3-lane, 4-lane, pretty much a straight shot. not many turns, not many hills. I got it up to 135.
Oof.
Back then, that's really fast.
And it had more. I
Wow.
had about half of fifth gear left, but it got a little scary.
Little squirrely in the rear end.
Well, no, not squirrely. It was pretty steady. Like I didn't feel like I was even going that fast, but
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I don't really want to do this for too long, so I just backed it off.
Wow.
One I still remember 135 because my speedometer went to 140, and it was almost there.
Oh man,
Wow.
those are beautiful cars.
So that car actually was. So I got that car for $100.
What?
It was blown up. One of the oil change guys at my shop didn't put oil in it.
Oh my god.
The customer took off with it, blew it up, came back. Basically, our shop like bought it out, because they blew it up. So
Yeah.
I said, I'll give you $100 for it. So they sold it to me for $100.
Wow.
I had 4 supers at this time. And then I basically made 1 super out of 4.
Oh, that's awesome.
So that one was a
Wow.
non-turbo automatic, and I made it a turbo 5-speed, just from all the parts I had. So I've been tinkering with cars for a while.
Dude, you put a clutch pedal in that car?
I put a clutch pedal in it. I put a manual trans.
Wow.
I had to swap over the ECU.
Dang.
wire
That's a
harness.
lot of work, dude.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was good. That was like my early stages of like getting into cars. So it was a good learning experience.
Yeah. That's how you learn, is just getting dirty.
Yep.
Like, oh, that's how that goes there. I never knew that.
It's just like Legos,
It is.
just real life.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that. I just remember my uncle telling me about a time he took apart his. I don't know the car whatsoever, but it was a manual transmission. He took every piece apart and laid it out piece by piece, so that way all he had to do was just work backwards and just put this piece with this piece and just kind of roll it back up like that. So
Yeah, when you're doing especially transmission work, I've never taken a transmission apart, but my dad has. My dad's a mechanic as well. He's been doing it for 40 something years, but that's where I learned a lot of my basic skills from.
So
he used to do that, take transit apart.
so you work in the service department then?
Yes.
Oh man, I'd love to be in that garage.
Yeah, so I started out, I was a valet. I used to just park cars.
Sure.
Then I was a car washer. Moved up to like a express lube, like oil change kind of line guy.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of got all my schooling done. I got all my ASC tests.
Right.
And then I became a master tech probably 8 years into it.
Wow.
So it takes a little while to go through all the schooling with Toyota and stuff.
mhm.
Now I'm like the team leader of about like 20 other guys. So there's like
Wow.
at my store now we have 3 teams of about 20 guys. So
So you're like the floor manager or the floor leader?
yeah, I guess you can call it like a shop foreman kind of thing.
Yeah. That is awesome,
I
dude.
kind of like look over everybody and make sure everyone's not breaking stuff.
Yeah, I hear you.
Very cool. So, sir, what is one thing about you that no one else knows, or very few people know?
So I mean, this might be exclusive content right here.
Bring it. We're good about exclusive stuff.
Exclusive.
This might
Exclusive.
be an exclusive because I don't know if I've ever said this. I know the DTP guys. Some of the DTP guys know, but I never said it like on air. So you may not know, or you may do. I don't know, but I do have a stutter. I have a speech impediment, a stutter.
Is that why you pace yourself when you talk?
That is one of the biggest reasons why I pace myself. Yeah,
Dude, that
because
is...
once I get rambling,
Mhm.
and I don't take time to breathe and like relax, then I basically can't get words out. So,
Dude, I never knew that.
Yeah.
You never showed that, because whatever you're doing to correct that, I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, same.
starting out as a youngster, I was in a bunch of like, like growing up, they have like speech classes, like special, not like special ed, but they have like, you go to like speech class, try to learn how to.
No, my son went through it. Yeah.
So, and then I went to this doctor in the city, and they had this, at the time, this was 20 years ago. It was called airflow. That was like their, that's what they used to call it. So basically you take this breath in and like let a little bit out, not all of it, like a little bit out. And then it kind of like relaxes your throat. And then you can pretty much say whatever you want it to say. So
I'm practicing that right now. Sorry if I'm breathing in my mic.
If you ever listen to my YouTube videos, so I have to edit them. So there's not a lot of breaks. So like if I take too long of a break, like if I'm struggling with beginning of a sentence, I have to like take a longer pause. So I usually cut those out, so it doesn't sound like I'm taking a long break. So
hey, one little thing you don't know about me, Boost. Hazel is the world's worst at breaks and sentences, and you know how many times I've had to cut awkward pauses out of my show. I'm telling you, it happens.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, whatever.
I went to the Captain Kirk School of Dictation.
You did, I bet. I mean, you're very eloquent. It's just, damn, get it out, Norm. Get it out, man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, thanks for sharing that, man. I knew that you didn't have to tell us that, but that was awesome, man.
No, I mean, I've always kind of wanted to release it. A lot of people know, but
sure,
like I said, the DTP guys know, but I don't think I've ever because when we started the podcast, I'm like, look, you guys gotta, I gotta try to work this out because I've never been on the mic before, so.
But now 5 people know.
Now 5 people know.
Yeah,
or 500.
That's about it. Yeah, you overestimate us.
Yes, you give us way too much credit.
Hey, you're in the early stages. We used to get like 8 downloads, 9 downloads. And all of a sudden it was 100 downloads. And then we had a Discord channel and there's 200 people in there. We're like, what's going on?
That's the way I felt when we opened our Discord. Me and Hazel and Easy, we looked at each other and went, well, here goes nothing. Let's start a Discord. And a lot of people came. We were floored. Yeah,
I still am floored.
Yeah, I am too.
It's pretty cool, like to see the growth of different podcasts, because a lot of these, other podcasts have kind of spawned from DTP.
Oh yeah,
us included.
So yeah, it's been kind of cool to kind of see like the gathering of people and people go different places and make different things. It's pretty cool. You
guys started a good thing, and I loved it. So it was a big reason why we decided to do this.
Exactly. Yeah, you guys were awesome, and I just loved just sitting down and just listening to you guys. It was just, I always had a blast.
I do miss it. Like I think maybe as it got more popular, I think things got more complicated. Like certain what we started as kind of just like let's just bullshit about whatever, talk about dad stuff,
right?
Make funny jokes. I kind of just, I guess, as we got more popular, we're like, should we keep doing that? Is that okay to do? And some people didn't want to, and some people did. So
you guys had segments of the show every week, and I love that part of Dad Tales, and that's the reason I do segments in this show. It rubbed off because people, when they listen to a podcast, they want to know what's coming. They want to know what they're listening to, right?
Yeah.
And if you have certain segments every week, people look forward to that. Like the next segment we're going to have soon. Not the spoiler alert.
What? When the hell did this happen?
Come on, Norm.
Is that another exclusive?
Okay, we know you probably haven't played a ton of Destiny, but you're big into Call of Duty now, right? That's your thing with the Modern Warfare game?
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Modern Warfare.
He says it so nonchalantly, like, I'll jump on,
I have about 3 days played,
little bit, just a little bit.
Game just came out in October, but I actually am getting a little burnt out on it.
Yeah,
I want to ask you guys. I know you guys play a lot of Destiny still. Destiny 2 wasn't really my jam. I didn't like the kind of when it first released, like the easy route they took.
Nobody liked it.
Yeah.
It kind of was just everyone's like, at least for me, I was like, yeah, this is boring.
Yeah, it was like the Oprah of video games. Like, you get an exotic, you get an exotic, yeah.
And like nobody asked to change PvP to 4v4. Like, why?
Year 1 PvP was brutal because you would turn a corner playing Trials of the Nine at that time, and there would be 4 Mida multi-tools shooting you at once. It was all about group shots, and I hated that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the map design of Destiny 2 maps, but like it seemed like every engagement was the same. You were looking down a hallway shooting at each other.
Mm-hmm.
If he happened to hit a shot and you didn't, you lose. But
what's the last part of Destiny you played? We'll catch up.
So I did. So I do have Shadowkeep. I would say I basically missed the past 7 months. I probably haven't played.
Well,
I bought Shadowkeep.
Mm-hmm.
I went online for maybe like an hour or two.
Right.
And I was confused. So I just like, I don't know. So, and I played PvP and it kind of felt the same to me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, since I guess of the two of us, Hazel, I guess I'm the one that plays the most PvP, but, well, you played a lot of comp now.
Yeah.
They have a solo comp playlist, which is a lot of fun. If you really like the 4v4, or is it 3v3 now? Jeez, I'm gonna think about it. I think it's 3v3 and solo comp now.
3v3.
They went back to threes. It's survival. It's like elimination, but you have so many lives on each team, and once you use them up, then it becomes elimination where you have to, you run out of lives and it's a matter of attrition. I love it. That's the best thing they've added since, I guess, 7 months since you've been here is the solo queue comp because. And it's much more forgiving now. If you lose a game, you lose maybe 10 points. You only lose
up to 2,100.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, up to 2,100. You can't go below the 2,100 once you reach it. So once you reach Fabled, you can't dive down to 0 again, which frustrated the hell out of me. I remember I did some videos on YouTube. I'm going to do the Redrix. What wasn't the broadsword? It was called something else. When the first Redrix came out, and I put a video series out on YouTube saying I'm going to solo comp myself the whole Redrix quest. And I think it was by the third video, I said, "F this," didn't do it anymore. There was just no way. There's no way you would get team stomped. And anyway, sorry, I will go off on tangents. You'll find that out about me. But yeah, I mean, the seasonal approach, I love it. Because I think they're appealing more to the hobbyist players now who like to log on for a couple hours every night before they go to bed, which that's me. And, play whatever you want because it powers up your season bar. Those are guaranteed things that you're going to get as long as you work.
I did like that.
Mm-hmm.
I did play a few PvP matches and I felt like there was a lot going on. Like after each match, there was like I was getting a lot of stuff and a lot of bars were going up and there's a lot of, That's one thing I liked about Call of Duty all these years is you have this sense of you're accomplishing something. Like you're playing for a reason. Like
it's all linear. I mean, the more kills you get with a weapon, the more unlocks you get for it. The more camos you get for it.
Right.
Destiny's not there yet on weapons. I hope they do with the same thing that Call of Duty has always done. I love getting diamond encrusted weapons. I thought that was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But it'd be nice if they did special camos and maybe even animations for your weapon when you've got so many kills with it or so many headshots or.
I'm surprised that they had the last word in Destiny 2 and Destiny 1, of course, and it had this awesome reload.
Oh yeah.
You think they do more with that? Like have more weapons, like you said, maybe have like a cool reload, like you can unlock a reload for each exotic or something.
Yeah.
I think they've been kind of cool.
Because there's all kinds of ways you can reload a shotgun. There's all kinds of ways you can reload any gun. So you can have a certain style. That could be something they sell, like, or reward you, like, just like they do the finishers now. They have special finishers if you didn't know.
I saw a video on that, yeah.
Yeah, so there's like a way you can finish off people and bosses. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I really think they've catered to the hobbyist players. I think they were taking all their input from hardcore players, the streamers and the content creators who play 8 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it left a lot of people behind. A lot of people are like, well, I'm not grinding for that. That's ridiculous. It's not worth my time.
Right.
I think now they've gotten more input from the hobby players. I think the numbers show it. The numbers show it. I mean, we're at almost 1 million a day in PvE alone. And I think we're around 350,000, I think, daily on Crucible. Crucible's hurting right now, but it's Trials is supposedly coming in season 10. And
yeah,
that might be
that may change things.
To come back.
Oh, dude, Trials is so much fun.
Because that's the thing too. Like, we used to log on every weekend, and then that's basically how I got into Twitch. Like, I never knew about Twitch before Trials. Like, I used to just watch. We used to try to go for. I used to watch this guy. My first Twitch stream I ever watched was Arctic. He used to stream in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to, on the weekends, he used to do trial runs. So I used to wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and join him for trial runs. So
wow.
that's like basically how I got into Twitch. And, that's kind of how we met Lupo. Is just, all these trial runs that used to happen every weekend. And that was huge for the game too. Like, it grew Destiny into this massive, thing. And when Destiny 2 came out, they had trials, but it wasn't the same. And then they just got rid of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that's a big chunk of your player base just gone. I think they lost a lot with that.
Destiny 1, the end of Destiny 1, that was the great thing about Destiny 1. That's what kept it around for so long, was the trials runs.
Yeah, I think so too.
And there was that.
And it also fed into the PvE game too, because people would go like, "Oh, well, what's a raid?" And then, you had people that were like tenured raid Sherpas, and then they'd be like, "Oh, well, here, I'll help you with a raid. You help me get to the lighthouse."
Done that several times. Yep. Yeah, it's awesome. You could barter that out. There was a trio of players I used to watch every week: True Vanguard, the Manigator. I'm just trying to remember the third guy.
Was it Hovey?
Hovey, KJ Hovey. Yeah. And it was so fun to watch KJ Hovey snipe. And the Manigator, because he had Gator in his name, I was like, dude, I got to sub to this guy. His name's Gator. I mean, come on. And I subbed to him for a long time. And he moved on. He moved on to Destiny, from Destiny. It was sad. Once he moved on, I was like, there's really no reason for me to watch anymore.
And it was probably like the worst time for Destiny to kind of give up on trials, because that's when Fortnite came out.
Yep.
And then it just clobbered it. Like, anything that was like a lot of Destiny streamers like Lupo.
Wish You Luck,
like all these guys.
Crafty, I think, right?
Yeah, Crafty.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's who I watched. I loved Crafty.
I just watched. He's come back and played a little bit of Destiny lately, and I've been watching him.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch. But we better move on. We're gonna be forever tonight if we don't. You got a
memory lane.
Ah, man, you can definitely do that. Hazel, you got a question for next question here?
No, I'm good. What about you?
I wanted to ask this. What other hobbies do you have other than gaming, Boost?
Oh, okay. So I've been a long time hockey fan. It's basically the only sport I watch on TV, and I've been playing it for, I don't even know, probably since like the 7th grade or so.
Okay.
I still play, and I play an adult league here in Texas. I'm in Dallas. I'm on 2 teams. So I came down here. I didn't know anybody. I joined just some random. I just like kind of joined the league, and they put me with a team. And they liked me so much that the guy asked me to go on his other team too. So I play on 2 teams now.
Oh, nice.
But
it's nice to be needed.
I like it. I play a lot of hockey. And most recently, I started working out. My wife and I got a Peloton, and we've just been I've been on a all month streak. So
Yep.
basically, January 1st I started, and I haven't missed a day yet. So I just
Congratulations.
I've seen you and H going back and forth on your Peloton workouts on
we've been
distinguished.
kind of challenging each other.
I like it.
Fun.
I like it. Yeah.
Very cool. So, Boost, are you a Devils fan or a Stars fan?
I was just going to ask him that.
I never liked the Devils. I was a Rangers
Really?
fan up north. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
New York Rangers.
New York. And then actually, what's funny? I was a Dallas Stars fan because I always had a West Coast team and an East Coast team. So the Rangers were my East Coast team, and Mike Modano. I don't know
Yeah.
if you know Mike Modano. He was
Yep.
my favorite player growing up, number 9. Now everything is number 9 or 18 because of that. That's like my lucky number. So I was always a Dallas Stars fan. So that's maybe one of the reasons, like maybe mentally, without knowing, what kind of brought me to the Dallas area, and the fact that Toyota's here now. But
That's awesome, man. Well, hey, thanks for sharing a little bit of your life tonight, man. Because that's the one thing we have pride in this podcast is we get to know more about people in the community that maybe no one else knew.
I appreciate that. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
fun.
So excellent. Oh, well, hey, let's move on to our next segment right after this.
Call the Praxic Order, call the Thanatonauts, the Jinsen Scribes, call everyone so they can witness you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this segment is called the Speed Run. We have a database of over 125 randomly asked questions, and you have 60 seconds, Boost, to answer as many as you can. These are short 1 or 2 word answers, and we're going to keep track of how many questions were answered by each of our guests every week. And the questions are randomly asked, so no one can memorize the order, and you have to answer quickly, whatever comes to mind. At the end of the year, the guest with the most questions answered will win a cool prize. Tonight, I'm going to ask the questions randomly from the list. Hazel is our timekeeper and quality control expert. In the event of a questionable answer, Hazel's decision is final. You ready, Boost?
Oh,
He's the boss. He's the boss. Yeah, he's the boss. He's the one you got to suck up to if you answer something a little weird. But no, just kidding. But are you ready? You all set?
Don't worry.
Ready.
All right, he's got his game face on, Hazel. Here we go.
Ready.
Here we go. 3.
He's weak.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Morning person or night owl?
Both.
Favorite superhero?
Batman.
Ikora, Cade, or Zavala?
Zavala.
What is the last musical artist you listened to?
Metallica.
Dogs or cats?
Cats.
DC or Marvel?
DC.
Garth Brooks or Led Zeppelin?
Zeppelin.
Lefty or righty?
Righty.
Is chili soup?
No.
Sims games, yes or no?
No.
Who would you play in a movie for your life?
Ooh, man. I don't know.
Okay, gold or silver?
Silver.
Mac or PC?
Mac.
What is your favorite summer activity?
Swimming.
How do you like your steak?
Medium well.
Favorite ice cream flavor?
Cookies and cream.
Cars or... Yeah, sorry, man. There's a few open-ended ones we throw in there that just throw people off. If we did a bunch of yes and no's, it would be everyone would do the same thing every
It would be
week.
too easy.
Yeah, we got to throw a couple wrinkles in there, but you didn't do too bad, man. That was respectable. Not
That
bad at
was
all.
respectable.
It was. Hazel, what do we got?
16.
That's a solid number, man. That's a solid
That
number.
is.
What's the average?
That's about it. About the average.
Yeah.
My son got 10, so you know. And RNG Gator is the leader right now at 19, so you weren't that far off.
Okay.
So yeah, not bad at all, man. Not bad. Hey, just a side note to our audience here: we've decided to keep our channel labeled speedrun question ideas in our Discord. So if you have any ideas for a speedrun question, add them there. We appreciate it. Just a shout out: we asked our Discord after last week's top 5 games of the decade what top 5 games they would pick, and I wanted to mention some of the replies. Hazel, do you have some of them?
Yeah, I do actually. That was it made me feel good, and I want the same thing this week when we're talking about top 5 movies.
Yeah.
So and these don't have to be like the best movies from the past decade because there's a shit ton of movies.
Yeah.
But just, like what ones had an impact on you? Which one's your favorite?
Mm-hmm. So what do we had a few people answer, I think. We just wanted to mention them out real quick.
Yep. Flip. He was the most recent person. Then by Torrid, Easy, Duhas, Jughead, aka Craig, 15-minute Teasbot, the beloved Skull, and Michael Scott Paper Company, aka Mitchy Slaps.
Jeez. Yeah, so we appreciate you putting those out there, guys, and just wanted to give you guys a shout out for answering that question for us. And this week, after
Elmer Fudd as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. And
Yes.
if we want to hear your feedback on this, what were your top 5 movies of the last decade? And we want to hear them. So put them in the show feedbacks channel in our Discord, and we will go from there.
Yeah.
All right, good deal.
And also though, as I'm scrolling back through there, we forgot to label some people. So H and Garen 420.
Garen, haven't seen him in a while. Good deal.
Yeah, exactly. Ever since he called me out about not gaming with him. So
Must have hurt his feelings.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh man. All right, well, good deal. Let's move on, guys. We still got a lot to talk about this show, so we don't want to keep Booster till 2 a.m. So let's move on.
I'm an hour behind. So
Oh, it's even better. Even better. Don't tell Hazel that. We'll be here all night.
What?
All right, we'll be right back, guys. Okay. Well, hey, let's find out what we have been watching this week in the world of entertainment. And Boo, since you're our guest of honor, I'll start with you, man. What have you been watching this week?
So my wife and I watch a bunch of shows together. We've kind of, seems like movies aren't as grasping anymore as TV shows are. So my wife and I just binge watch TV shows. But
I have to agree.
One of our favorites, one of my favorite shows is Vikings. My wife and I just watched the most recent episode tonight. So we watched that show this week. We watched This Is Us. I don't know if you guys watched that.
Oh, God, I love that show.
I used to.
I'm a melting mess of man after that.
That can be your tearjerker.
Yeah, it is. It's a great show, though. Well written.
A Million Little Things.
No, I didn't watch that one.
That one's
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, that's on ABC. It's kind of similar to This Is Us, but like different, but like that kind of style. It's a lot about suicide and stuff.
I'll have to look into that.
Oh yeah, that's the one about the one guy who like commits suicide and then how everybody else carries on. I think. Yeah.
The guy from The Office. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we watched that. My wife watches Schitt's Creek, so I kind of watched that with her.
It's on my list too.
That's pretty funny.
Cool.
So that's mostly of what we watched this week.
Cool. Hazel, what about you, man?
Nice. For me, I watched John Wick Chapter 3.
Oh, I was going to tell you it's on HBO. It's on HBO this month.
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly where I watched it. So yeah.
What'd you think?
I dug it. I liked it a whole lot better than the second one. I despised the second one. So.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I still think the first one's best.
The first one is the best.
Of course, yeah.
Third one was good. Second one, yeah.
The first one can be a standalone movie.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think the third one was just like super violent, like with the knife to the eye kind of thing. I was just like, holy shit.
Yeah, that knife fight was awesome.
It was, yeah. It was nice to see him use something besides a gun.
Mm-hmm.
They stepped up the fight scenes, no doubt.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. So I watched that. Also, The Outsider. That is a fantastic.
God, that's the other show. Yeah, we watched that too. That's
dude, you've got me hooked on that show, Hazel.
That shit is nasty.
I was thinking it was some kind of child molestation show, and I'm like, holy crap, what is going on?
Yeah, it's getting a little.
Do you guys know this was a Stephen King novel?
Yeah,
yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't read. Sorry, my wife reads.
I haven't read it, but I know. I think it says in the beginning, like created from the Stephen King novel or something.
That was one of the things on my list for this week, and I can't talk enough about it. I am totally hooked.
Good show.
Yeah. Yep. So there's that, and then my wife and I, we are halfway through The Witcher.
We binge watched that. That was great.
It's a great show.
Yeah, so I'm halfway through. My wife is out of town this weekend, so I am just kind of like, okay, what am I going to watch? So I'm thinking I'm going to watch Godzilla. All the movies that I want to watch that I can't watch with her.
That she eye rolls with, right? Like my wife.
No, if she eye rolls it, she's going to like roll herself upstairs into bed or something like that.
No, wait till you're at the theater and she keeps looking over at you like, why did you bring me here? You're going to pay. You're going to pay for this, that you brought me to this movie.
Oh man, speaking of that, my wife, God bless her soul, she wanted to be part of my life so bad with scary movies. And she's like, I just want to see you. I just want to watch one with you. I just want to spend time with you. So I was just like, all right. So we went to the theater and we saw the movie The Collector. I don't know if anybody remembers this movie at all.
I haven't seen it.
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
Yeah, so basically it's like one of those home invasion movies where this guy sets up like saw-like traps in this house and this kind of thing. And I don't know if you're familiar with the guys from the Jason Statham movies.
Yeah.
Where he was like Crank. That's what it is.
Cranked, yeah.
And Crank 1 and Crank 2 where he has to do like weird shit and stuff
Always
like
having
that.
to sniff cocaine to keep his heart rate at a certain level.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine those guys who wrote that doing a home invasion movie with Saw-like stuff.
Mm-mm.
So she was like, no. She's like, I can't do it. She was like in tears and she was just like, I can't watch this. So I'm like, okay, well, I will have no idea how this movie ends. So I left with her and yeah, there was that. But back to what else I've been watching. Last Man Standing. My wife and I have been watching that.
Mm-hmm.
And there was something else, but I have no idea what the hell it is.
I just remember one too. I don't know if you guys are into this, but on Netflix, World War II in color.
I haven't seen it yet. It's in my queue.
Oh, it's so good.
I love war movies.
Yeah, I'm on Battle of Stalingrad right now.
Oh, it's a documentary?
Yeah, it's a documentary.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, it's real footage. It's freaking awesome.
Have you seen 1917 yet, Boost?
No, I hear that's great too.
Oh, dude, you gotta see it. It's nominated for a Best Picture this year.
I saw that.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Anything else, Hazel?
Not that I can think of. But what about you, Gator?
Oh, brace yourself. I've been doing the sampler this week. I've been watching a ton of entertainment. I've played very little Destiny, to be honest. I've just started playing a little bit recently, but I just got the CBS All Access. I decided, what the hell, go and pull the trigger because I love Star Trek. So I've been watching the Star Trek Discovery series. Really good. You know, it's TV. You know, it's not going to be it's not the Star Trek movie.
It's TV. It's not HBO.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I watched a new series they have out now called Picard. It's based on Captain Picard, and I was just into they've just released the first episode, and they're on. I watched about half the second episode before I got on tonight, and so far, it's pretty detailed. So you can't be just playing a video game while you're watching it or something because you'll miss it. It's very detailed. Avenue 6, I went on my HBO little journey this week. Obviously, The Outsider. Damn, you got me hooked on that movie. I cannot wait till the next episode. Is that a Sunday release, Hazel?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm there, man. I'm not going to tell anybody because I don't want to spoil it, but it's not about child molestation. I'll just say that. Or child. Well, it starts that
A
way.
little bit.
It starts that way, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't want to give away too much. I want people to be surprised like I was.
Have you watched Watchmen on HBO?
Oh, of course.
Oh, yes.
That was good.
Fantastic.
I was, and I was very sad to hear that HBO is not going to bring back a second season of that.
They aren't?
Oh,
No.
I wasn't. I'm happy that they're not.
The creator backed out. The creator backed out on it. He didn't want to do
Well,
it.
the creator only said he wanted to do one season anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. Where they ended it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's a standalone series. I love that kind of stuff, though.
Yeah.
I watched Avenue 6. It's a new comedy spoof, space spoof with Hugh Laurie in it. And
I saw the first episode of that.
I don't know. What did you think, Boost? I thought the jokes kind of fell flat with me.
It was a little corny.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. So I've seen a couple episodes, and so far, I'm going to watch a few more. But so far, I'm not really impressed with it. Okay, movie time. We saw Parasite. That's that South Korean movie with the subtitles everyone keeps talking about.
Yep, I'm going to be watching it this weekend.
Oh my God, definitely want to see it. It's very good. I thought maybe the subtitles would be distracting, but no. I watched it at the theater, and it was it has some strange twist because it's Korean. It's a Korean culture. Things are a little different, and what happens in the movie is a little weird. But it got nominated as well for Best Picture this year from the Academy. 99% Rotten Tomatoes from critics. So definitely go see that one. It's good. I saw The Gentleman. This was the one with Matthew McConaughey and Colin Farrell were the two big stars, and it's a Guy Ritchie film. I give it about a B overall. Think Ocean's 11 type twist, but it all is based on this guy who tries to blackmail all these underworld guys, and it just unravels from there. I'll leave it at that. And I was bored one night on Netflix. I was like, you know what? Let's watch The Two Popes. I'm not a Catholic. I'm not a real big follower of the Catholic faith, but I tell you what, this movie surprised me. It was very, very good. It was very, it's a very quiet film. It's a very subtle film, but it gets dive into the life of these two popes and why the first pope decided to give up and leave the church and renounce his throne, or I don't know what they call it. I apologize if I'm not offending any Catholics out there, but he releases his popeness and gives it, I don't know how else to call it.
That's it.
That's about right. Yeah.
His popeness. And like I said, it wasn't anything like I saw, and in my book, it's a must-see. So that was it for me this week. So let's move on to what we've been gaming this week. And I'm curious to see what you've been gaming this week, Boost. What have you been doing in the gaming world, man?
So this week, I've been playing a little bit of Forza Horizon 4.
Oh.
I still dabble in that probably like once or twice a week. I always go for a few races and hop off.
Nice.
I play a little bit of Warface. I don't know if you ever played Warface.
Sounds
like
familiar.
It's like a Call of Duty type.
Free to play, right?
Yeah, free to play.
Okay.
It's not as good as Call of Duty, but it's entertaining.
Okay.
And then this new game called Disintegration.
I've heard of this game.
It's
the technical beta.
Yeah. So
I played it right before this.
There you go. Was it fun? I want to try.
Whoa! Fill me in. What's this about?
So it's made from the original Halo.
Okay.
Makers. I think Halo 1 and Halo 2. I guess a few of them left. 343.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of made their own thing, and this is it. It's almost like Destiny meets Titanfall.
Really?
Sort of. That's what I'm watching.
How's the overall production quality? Is it really a high production game?
It seems that way. I only got into like the menu, kind of played around with it a little bit, but
okay.
Seems pretty good so far. I don't know.
Excellent.
Other than that, I played a match or two of Modern Warfare, got pissed off and left. Played a couple rounds of Rocket League. That's about it.
All right. That's a solid week. What about you, Hazel? What have you been doing, man?
Well, I had a question for Boost.
Okay.
For the new Modern Warfare, are the time to kills in PvP still like ridiculously low?
Yeah. Well, especially in this game. If you played Black Ops 4, I don't know if you did, that was a little bit longer of a time to kill because they raised the health. They lowered it back down to like normal. It's not as fast as Call of Duty Ghosts.
Is it like 150 points? 150 hit points?
That's what it was in Black Ops 4. Right now, I think it's 100.
Oh boy.
So I think it's 2 shots to the head and 3 or 4 to the body. If I'm not mistaken. With certain weapons. Certain weapons are different, obviously, but I said on average, I would say from 2 to 6 bullets, you're dead.
So less than 1 second, pretty much for everything.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah. And I mostly play this one game mode called it's called Realism. So there's no HUD.
Oh, I've seen that. It's got night vision and stuff in it.
It's got night vision maps. Yeah,
nice.
It's actually pretty cool. And then that's it has increased headshot damage, but normal body damage. So that's usually like a one-shot kill to the head if you can hit a headshot.
I saw Dr. Disrespect playing this on the beta before it was released. Or not a beta, but maybe like a reveal or something he was doing.
Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah.
I think that's probably my favorite game mode.
Okay.
And then also the gunfight game mode is pretty cool.
Nice.
That's a lot of fun.
Good deal.
Wow. Neat. Yeah, I was just wondering because I was thinking about buying it, but I'm just sort of on the fence. So
I bought
I
it.
don't know.
I buy every Call of Duty, and then I swear I'm going to play it, and I don't play it.
Yeah.
It's actually a really good game. Like it has so much potential. I love the core of the game. It's just the skill-based matchmaking, which seems to be an industry-wide problem.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of guys that play Destiny kind of mention the same thing with it.
Yeah, it's pretty sweaty. Yeah.
It's just it feels like I'm playing against myself, and it feels like every single game is the same.
Yeah, no
match.
noobs running out in the middle of the map.
Right, like everyone knows the maps, everyone knows what the good guns are, everyone knows all the spots on the maps to hide.
Yeah.
It's so irritating.
Hmm.
Like I don't want to play against myself every game.
I hear you, man.
Nice. Well, for myself, I tried my hand at Disintegration right before this. I was going through the tutorial, and it's a little slow, a little sluggish. But again, this is just a technical beta. But yeah, so seems interesting. Again, like Boost said, it's from I think some of the guys from after Halo, some of those guys that were working on Destiny, they kind of split off. So if you read the Blood, Sweat, and Pixels book, it's some of those guys that split off.
Okay.
And they created this game. So it's a technical beta, so there's issues and shit like that. So whatever. And then after that, I've been again still dabbling with everything old school with the PS4 Pro, just seeing, hey, how does it look now? How does this look? So
Nice.
yeah, exactly. So I've been playing Infamous Second Son.
Okay.
And it's an okay game. I think neat way to kill some time. And then I actually broke down. Easy will appreciate this, as will Mosh and Mac. I picked up Death Stranding. So I will be diving into that probably after this.
I see it in my library when I boot up PS4.
Yeah, and by the way, I just want to give Easy mad props for what he said about you giving the game that you won't make it past the intro screen.
I haven't even booted it up, Easy. I'm sorry, dude.
But he did say thank you for donating money to the cause.
I did, because I'm a big Hideo fan, so from back in the day, so that's the least I could do. I'm gonna play it eventually. I'm working on Last of Us right now, in fact. The original one.
Oh wow! Look at you branching out.
I haven't. It was one of my goals this year was to finish that game. So.
Yeah. And then the other thing for me is, honestly, I'm not really going to be playing too many more video games. I don't think for a while, because I know that Destiny is designed to be a hobby kind of game, and I've been sort of not playing Destiny lately. So I've been in need of a hobby, and I've decided to make myself my own hobby. So I've started picking up some kind of books. One of them is called Extreme Ownership by a Navy SEAL. His name is Jocko Willink. He's a motivational speaker.
I know of him. He's really good.
He's not even really motivational speaker. He's just
his story, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just working on myself, so I'm going to be working out most nights and doing this and doing that, and I'm going to actually join the Discord shit that we're doing regarding weight loss. So,
yes, join the club, man.
I'm looking forward to kicking everybody's ass at that.
Do it.
Yeah.
So
we cheer each other on, man.
That's kind of honestly probably especially this past month. That's kind of where I'm at too.
Yeah.
I'm kind of, I wouldn't say over video games, because I always like to dabble, but I'm not really into games right now. I'll play it, like I said, I'll do a race or two in Forza and get off and then work out.
Right.
I've mostly just been kind of, like you said, kind of focusing on yourself, because this time last year, we had a family issue. My older brother actually passed away.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so this month with the anniversary of it, just kind of like I need to not that I was like overweight or out of shape, but like just to kind of better myself, like my mentality and everything. So
Sure. Got to reevaluate, reset.
yeah.
Yep.
Hey, there's nothing wrong about taking a break. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And when you told me earlier tonight, I'm like, that's fine, dude. I'll be the Destiny addict. No problem. Not to steal from that other podcast, but I'll be the Destiny guy. I got no problem with that. And I want your insight from other things that we talk about in the show. So no, dude,
exactly.
I'm all for it. And you'd always mention a book every now and then. I love when you do that. So yeah, keep that up, man.
Are you a book on tape guy or a read the book?
Book on tape guy for the most part, just because I have like an hour drive to work every day.
I like that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but with the extreme ownership book that I have, that one I actually have the hardback book, and it feels good to read.
Yeah. Just like even the smell of the book.
I know, right? I didn't want to say
Smell
that and seem weird, but yeah, the smell of the book and that, it's like, Gator's like, Destiny doesn't have a smell, guys.
It doesn't.
My wife's a big reader. She reads every night.
That's my wife.
She goes through like a book probably like once a week. She plows through a book.
Oh, my wife's a nut. She and her Kindle app on her phone, she goes through sometimes 3 books a week.
Yeah, but my wife's funny. She can't read on like a device. Like it bothers her eyes.
Really?
So she has to get like the real book
I
in
got
front
you.
of her. So she's always at the library.
Well,
Books.
that's what my wife does, Dave. She's got a library app where you can borrow the book for so much time, and she's the type that like it took me forever to get this book, so now I'm definitely gonna read it like now. But no,
Screw you, Gator. Yeah, you know.
No, we
I got a book.
we still do. Well, that's what she does when I do podcasts. But for me, I was that everything for you, Hazel? I didn't want to overspeak.
Yeah, no, you're good, man.
All right. I'm working on my Savior title for my Exterminator account, and I just linked it to my Exterminator account on PS4. So now, when Warcry gets on and wants to play some Crucible, I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. So I still have my Gator account, but I've already reached 100 on the season pass, and I don't really feel like there's anything else to really strive for. And I wanted to get a title for this Exterminator account, so I'm almost there. I'm working on the Komodo, the ritual weapon for Crucible. You have to get line rifle kills in Crucible. My God, that's just that's the longest grind because everyone's using meta. I play on PC mainly, so you got mouse and keyboard people shooting me, and I'm trying to use cover effectively and poking out with this stupid arbalist, and it's frustrating as hell because then you got Titans running up on you with shotguns but Iron Banner was last week. I just could not get myself to play it. I just wasn't motivated. It comes back to the same reason. There's nothing to really work for. I did the quest. I got it done. I turned in my tokens and I'm good. There's no new gear. There's really nothing new. The bow that they said was going to be coming this season, they're pushing to next season. So I was crazy about Iron Banner and Destiny in the first year of Destiny 2, but I just can't get motivated to play it. Maybe, everyone has that little lull in the game where we all kind of get a little burnout on it. So,
yeah.
But Legend,
every game.
It is. And Legend Sundial, I have to do. I think Gator just told me that he just finished that. And I've got to do the boss. I guess it's coming next week, and a few little things here and there, and I'll have it. So, all right. Well, sounds good, guys. Hey, let's move on to our next segment. This week at Bungie. All right, Hazel, what's going on This Week at Bungie?
Sorry, I had to burp beer.
You heard me pop my knuckles, too. I'll have to edit all that out.
I'm like, oh, God. Here it comes. So, yeah. All right. So, this week at Bungie, we talked about the Empyrean Foundation. So, I have a fun story for this, too. So, with this, what this is basically it's the new thing that's going to be coming out. It's still kind of a mystery, but couple weeks ago, Gator was mentioning all of his fractaline that he has boost for. Because you don't know, probably it is a new currency. So for that, basically, Gator has been running it and hoarding it and things like this, and Lana gave him a bunch of shit about it. Like, you really don't need to hoard this shit because it's not gonna be good for anything.
Lana, I've got 8,300 fractaline. Just so you know.
Yeah. So that's a good thing he does, because as a community, stage 1 of this is basically you have to donate your fractaline to this. And stage 1 is 400 million fractaline. And then each stage, it gets increasingly higher. So there's stage 1 is 400 million, stage 2 is 700 million, stage 3 is 1.2 billion. And then stage 4, 5, 6, and 7 are all question marks. So I was curious about that. Well, the lovely Paul Tassi, community hero, I believe, maybe not, mentioned that basically what they're probably doing is they're just going to wait and see how well the community, cashes in on these, and then they're just going to raise whatever they think it should be.
This reminds me of the Mars community thing that they had.
Oh yeah,
Kinda
exactly.
like it. Kind of on steroids, though.
Yeah, a little bit or a lot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm imagining if we own all of this, like stage 7 could be like 100 billion or something like that, just to give everybody a challenge and keep working towards it.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the good news is when you donate 5,000, you get a new emblem, which is kind of cool. And then pretty much, I believe it's every 400 fractaline, I think, you donate, you get basically that counts towards a bounty.
Yeah, that's right. On your time lost weapon bounties, right?
Yep.
That'll be good.
So there's that. Anything else you wanted to add to that one, Gator?
No, not really. I'm just curious to see what it turns out to be. I want to think it's a beacon for the new trials coming up next season, but we don't know yet. From what I heard, Saint 14 is trying to change the structure of Mercury, and I guess we'll find out. I like this. This is neat. This is what that the head of Bungie name. Shit.
The guy who came to you in a dream.
Yes,
Luke Smith.
Luke Smith. Thank you. Boost knows, but Hazel doesn't. No, let me start over. Yeah, this reminds me of what Luke Smith said about how there were going to be things that tie up each season, and then it's going to pour over into the next season. I think that's what they're talking about here. I think that's what this is going to be. So no, nothing else to add there. I mean, that's what it reminded me of, is when he talked about that in his explanation of the new seasons coming up.
Yeah, exactly. Then also it Twitch Bungie and Destiny 2 is going to be with Twitch Prime going forward here. So you can look at it for, I believe, for the next couple months, we are going to be getting free loot as long as you are a Twitch Prime subscriber.
I think
basically just linking your shit to your Twitch account to your Amazon account.
I did this. It was very easy to do, by the way. And you can link any of your gamer accounts to it. And they're going to have 6 monthly drops, by the way. I think that's what they mentioned.
Yep. And for example, like right now, there's a Ghost Shell, the Suros Regime, the Suros Regime Catalyst, or not Catalyst, but the
Ornament,
and then a ship as well.
Yeah, they're all nice too.
Yep. They're doing a giveaway, which is going on until the 4th of February, so this will be out before that, so make sure to get in that. And then the most infamous news is that they released Into the Wild update 2.7.1, which ended up basically deleting people's money and currencies and stuff like that.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't pretty.
That can't be good.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure a couple people got upset about that.
It's kind of funny because that happened in Call of Duty too. There was this weird bug that was deleting people's, basically everyone's loadouts and like unlocks and stuff.
Really?
So yeah, they had a reboot. They had to like re-roll that patch.
Yep.
Did they go back in time like a cloud server deal? Did they roll everybody's back to what they had?
They were able to get people's like unlocks back, but their classes they had to like remake their classes, which isn't a big deal. But
that's easy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yep, and that's what Bungie did is they just rolled it back, and then
first time ever.
pretty much, yeah. Thank God.
Oh.
So yep, and then that is pretty much it.
Cool. Well, that was short and sweet. Well, good deal. Thanks, Hazel, for that. I hope everybody can participate in the Imperium Foundation starting next week. That'll be a lot of fun. Curious to see how it turns out, how many people participate. So, hey, let's move on, guys. We need to talk about our main discussion right after this. Okay, our main discussion tonight, we're going to discuss our top 5 movies of the last decade. We talked about our top 5 video games of the decade last week, and Hazel mentioned this, and I was like, you know what? This is a great idea because I am a movie crazy. I love movies, and this was really hard for me to do. But I don't know how hard it was for you guys, but I scoured all movies that I've seen over the last 10 years, and I came up with these top 5. And let's just go across the board. We'll start with our number 5. I'm going to start first. My number 5 that I chose, and we talked about it already, was from 2014. It's John Wick. The director was Chad Stahelski. It scored 87% certified fresh from Rotten Tomatoes, 81% from audience. I'm a big fan of The Matrix, and you guys are going to probably notice a pattern tonight on my picks, especially the fight scenes. And this movie was that and more. It was a great storyline. You know, it was about an underworld of crime that we don't see at the surface. And it was all about revenge from a killed dog and a stolen car. It was just so crazy how this all started. And, it was a last gift from his dead wife, and just all rolled up into the fantastic movie. And the action scenes, everything all together, were great. But I've seen all 3, but I've got to say that this first one was the best because it can stand alone. If they never made a sequel from here on out, John Wick by itself would have been a great movie by itself. So that's my number 5. Boost, what about you?
I'm gonna go with Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
I kind of like that movie.
Is that the one where he would have to reboot himself in time?
Reboot, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a pretty cool movie. It was different.
Nice.
And I think Tom Cruise is like my man crush. So.
I don't blame you, dude. I don't blame you at all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, his movies are great. What about you, Hazel? Number 5.
Shit. So I couldn't really rank these movies. I actually have 7 of them, and I'm just going back and forth to see, like, I'm hoping that one of you guys names one of the other ones, and I'll just cross it off my list.
Okay.
But, yeah, I can't really rank these in, like, number 5 and then have, like, a best movie of the decade or my favorite movie of the decade. But
it's all right. It's all right.
What I'm going to go with as just one of my 5 is I'm going to go with Inception.
Oh, that was a great movie.
Oh yeah, that's one of mine.
Leonardo.
Love it.
Not even just Leonardo, just
visually.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan, exactly.
Visually, that movie just was crazy, wasn't it?
And the music by Hans.
Yep, Hans Zimmer.
Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. I mean, just how like the world would like turn and change and everything like that. It was just fantastic. And then going dream inside of a dream and just amazing.
He's got a new movie coming out soon. It's called something like Tenant, something like that.
Tenet,
oh yeah. I saw the preview for it.
It looks really good too.
It looks.
Yeah, I saw a thing on YouTube, and they actually played like if you watch it, it shows some weirdness where basically it's like all done in reverse. But on YouTube, they actually played the trailer in reverse, but they had the sound going normally. And I guess it makes a little more sense like that.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I love movies that make you do your homework.
Well, if you look at the title of the movie, it can be read frontwards or backwards.
Yep.
Forwards or backwards, yeah.
Yep. It's a palindrome.
Yes, exactly. Don't tell my wife I didn't know that word.
Your wife doesn't listen to the show anymore?
She's a teacher. No. I didn't. I forgot what the term was for that. But I was trying to come up with it on the fly and I couldn't do it.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Hazel. Number 4 for me, and I'm going to surprise you guys. I don't know if you guys watched this movie. This is again from 2014. It must have been a great year. Whiplash. Did you guys see this movie?
I wanted to.
Oh my God, you guys got to see this movie.
I haven't seen that one.
This is an awesome movie. It starred Miles Teller, which is probably new to the scene. Not many people know about Miles Teller, but he was a dedicated jazz drummer, and he was a student of a prestigious conservatory. And his relationship with his mentor, played by J.K. Simmons, who's just badass. Period.
Yeah.
Paul Reiser was also in it as stars as his father. Overall, a gut-wrenching movie. It toes a line on being just plain uncomfortable to watch, but in a great way. The ending of this film, I'll just tell you, will leave your jaw on the floor. A must-see if you haven't already. If you have not seen this movie, go rent it or whatever you got to do. Find it on Netflix or whatever. Watch it. Whiplash. It's 2014. Damien Chazelle is the director. It was a Sony Pictures production. And holy shit. This was I had to put this in here. And by the way, I'm prefacing all my picks tonight based on non-series type shows or movies like Marvel movies, the Marvel Universe, Star Wars, all that stuff. I wanted to pick movies that could stand by themselves. And yes, I know John Wick had three movies, but like I described earlier, John Wick, the single movie, could stand by itself. So that was my number 4 pick. Boost, we'll go to you. What's number 4, man?
Inception was one.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few.
You have an alternate? Absolutely, dude.
Yeah, I have alternates. I'll go with Blade Runner 2049.
Damn it! Pick one of mine. Let me see if I can guess. Harrison Ford, right? Am I right?
His name is drawing a blank on me.
Ryan Gosling.
Oh,
Ryan
God.
Gosling. Yeah, he was great. He's awesome in that.
It was such a great movie. I actually have that as, I'll just spoil it now. That was my number 2.
Okay.
It was 2017. Wow. Dennis Villeneuve was the director, and that was from 2017. Yeah, dude, the lighting, the themes, everything about that movie. Just, I was sucked in, man. I'm the type of, when I watch a movie, I'm just sucked in. Mm-hmm. I'm there, man. I'm suspending the disbelief, and I'm right there.
The first time I watched it, it was on an airplane.
Really?
And I don't know about you, but like when I'm watching a movie on an airplane, I can almost get like more into it in a way, because like you have your headphones on.
Sure, yeah.
You're like get really close to the screen.
True.
And it like wasn't on like the airplane TV. It was on like my iPad.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, it was just that movie was great.
I couldn't agree more, dude.
Nice.
That's an awesome pick.
Yeah, I love that director though.
Yeah.
He did what the hell was it? I think Arrival.
Yeah, Arrival was back in the 80s. That was a great movie. 90s.
That was in 2000. Like
no, there was another. No, all right, young person. There was another. There was another Arrival
with Charlie Sheen.
With Charlie Sheen, yes.
Yeah, motherfucker, I know what I'm talking about.
That movie was good too.
It was okay. Yeah.
I saw the new Arrival too. It was good too.
Yeah, the new one was fantastic.
Yeah.
But he's also doing Dune, which is coming out, I think, in December this year.
No way. He's doing a remake?
Cool.
Oh,
yep.
Yes.
There you go, man.
I hope Sting makes a cameo.
That would be amazing.
That would be, wouldn't it?
So, yeah. All right. Man, I hate this shit. I hate the fact that I came up with this, and I'm having the most trouble with this. So, unlike you, Gator, I just went with like basically movies that I enjoyed.
Wait till you hear my alternates.
So, for me, I just got to go with it and just go with I'm going to say Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
It was just such a groundbreaking animated movie for me.
Yeah.
because it changed the style and everything else, and just it looked so beautiful.
You know, funny story about that. When we saw it at the theater this last year, my wife is not a comic book person. She hates all the Marvel movies. She gives me that look when I'm in there, like, quit looking at me. I'm watching the movie. Quit rolling your eyes. I can see it. And she came out of that movie. Her jaw was dropped. I mean, she was in awe. It was such a great movie. So
Yep.
you get her to think that about that movie, that's doing something.
Yep, exactly.
Sorry, I get
Yeah.
passionate. I get passionate about movies. I'm sorry. Okay, number 3, and this was a hard pick also, but this was more recent. This was from 2018. Number 3 pick is A Star Is Born. This was a Bradley Cooper directed and produced and co-wrote this movie. And I don't know if you guys saw this, but this movie really got to me. It was a really great movie. It was a very dramatic, memorable film. It's about an alcoholic, popular singer or icon who falls in love with this young and unknown singer. It stars Bradley Cooper, obviously, as the singer. Lady Gaga was the young talent. Dave Chappelle was one of his friends. And outstanding acting from Sam Elliott as Cooper's brother and confidant. It was a twist of emotions. I mean, it really was for me, and I'll never forget this one. By the way, this is the 4th remake of this movie. 1937 was the first, 1954 was the second, and 1976 with Barbra Streisand was the third. So, proven story. Fun fact.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Rubbing off on me, Boost.
Somebody's honing in on somebody else's game there.
Boost, what about you? Number 3.
Let's see. I'm gonna go with another Christopher Nolan movie, Interstellar.
Yes, that was one of my alternates.
It's probably one of my favorite movies of all time. But
Matthew McConaughey.
just the whole movie. There's something about Christopher Nolan movies. Like I don't think there's any bad ones at all.
I can't think of any.
Yeah. Well, I introduced my in-laws to Memento. That was his first movie. And they despised that movie.
Really?
Yeah, they hated every minute of it. They didn't understand it. They didn't like it.
Well, see, that's his thing. Like he makes you think.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, like his movies make you think, which I like about it.
Yeah, same here.
Because like Interstellar, like, I've probably seen it. Kind of the same thing with all of his movies. Like you see him once, it's great. You see the second time, it's probably even better. And like the more you watch it, it just gets better and better.
There's more things you realize that he threw in there that you didn't notice the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still need to watch that. I've never got around to it.
Oh, it was really good.
Interstellar?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you gotta watch it. Great movie.
Well, what about you, Hazel? Number 3.
All right. So, for me, I went with Endgame. Avengers Endgame. I just had to. I mean, it was the perfect capstone to everything that led to it.
It was a big movie.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, it was just, it took 23 movies to make it to this point, and it was the perfect capstone for it, and pretty much they sent everybody out on the high note and everything else. It wasn't perfect, but I mean, for what it was as good as it could be.
You're never going to please Marvel fans that are really into the lore. You're going to have to cut corners or change something somewhere. Like the scene at the end where he goes back in time and becomes back as an old man. How did he know to be, how can he do that? I mean, physically, the time travel. Captain America I'm talking about. Sorry.
Yeah. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. The movie is a year old. Yeah.
Fuck if I know, man. But
things like that.
It had a heart.
It did.
And
hey, don't get me wrong. I love all the Marvel movies, and they're great productions. And but yeah, I got to give you that one, man. It was a capstone movie, and what is it? 3 hours long. It was crazy long, but it was really good, though. Yeah, I agree. It was a great movie. Okay, number 2. Since Boost took Blade Runner. I'm going to go with my number 6 pick. My number 6 pick, and I know I talked about we're not going to do series movies, but this movie could seriously be by itself, and it's Rogue One, a Star Wars story. This is from 2016. Gareth Edwards was the director. It was a Lucasfilm production before Disney corrupted. I mean, bought out the studio. This was the first side story from the usual Star Wars sagas, and this story tied in the saga at the end, which was even better. But you didn't expect it to. Felicity Jones was Jyn Erso, which was fantastic and believable. Forrest Whitaker was Saul Guerra. He was the veteran of the Clone Wars. He was outstanding as well. And one of my favorite actors is Mads Mikkelsen. He played Jyn's father, Galen, who was being pressed by the Empire to complete what was known later as the Death Star. Flash forward 15 years after Galen defects to the Rebel Alliance, and the story is about Jyn Erso's journey to capture the schematics to the looming Death Star, which, we all know what happened to that. The schematics got back eventually to the Rebel Alliance, and Luke Skywalker was able to find the weakness and blast those torpedoes down into that shaft and blow it up. So
yeah, he said shaft.
I did.
Shaft.
Shaft.
Shut your mouth.
All right, number 2, Boost. What do you got?
I'm going to go with my favorite horror movie, The Conjuring.
Really? Surprising.
Came out in 2013. So the only horror movies I really get the chills from are probably these type of demonic type movies, because I can almost see that happening in real life almost. Like horror movies in general, like Jason movies, they don't really they don't really scare me. But The Conjuring is one of the only type of movies that really give me chills.
There's a new version out right now, in fact.
Yeah, I saw The Conjuring 2, Conjuring 3, but there's something about the first one, it was the mystery.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't know what was happening yet. So
see, psychological movies like that, I can't watch them. Ever since my wife turned me on to paranormal, I couldn't sleep for 2 months without my leg being over the bed. I had to tuck my leg into that sheet every night.
That's another one. Yeah,
I was afraid I was going to get ripped off and torn down the stairs. It was freaking me out, man. Conjuring, man, you surprised me there. Okay, I'll have to watch that one. I'll endure.
That's what I don't know. I mean, it got 85% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah. It's a solid series.
It's just it's just a personal favorite of mine.
Sure. Well, that's the reason we're ranking them. It's our personal favorites, not best selling or any of that garbage. This is what we like.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Hazel, number 2.
All right. Now, I know some people out there are absolutely going to despise my top 2 picks, but what can you do?
If you say Frozen, I'm off. I'm out of here.
It's a great movie.
All right. Well, fine.
Oh, shit.
No, not at all. No, granted, I have watched that movie a shit ton. But no, I'm actually going to go with a little movie from 2017. It's I'm trying to find the Metacritic score of 85. I'm trying to steal and stall here. I don't know what Rotten Tomatoes got it, but fuck it. It is Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. Again,
Last Jedi, really?
Again, myself not being a big Star Wars fan, this was the movie that basically made me a Star Wars fan.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
I
loved everything they did with it. I loved everything they did with it, and then Episode 9 completely and utterly pissed me off. But I loved everything they did with Episode 8. It set it up great, and then to me they just pissed it all away. But again, opinions are like assholes.
Well, you were going to say something, Boost. Do you have a comment on it?
Kind of the same thing as Hazel. I'm not actually a huge Star Wars fan. I've seen the first, the originals, the first 3. Wasn't a fan. I don't think anybody was a fan of the of the episode 1 through 3.
Yeah.
But then I've never seen the newer ones. So episodes, I don't even know what they are. It'd be 6, 7, and 8, or 7, 8, and 9.
7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even seen those. So maybe if I watch episode 8,
Force Awakens, then you have The Last Jedi, and then you have the one we just saw.
The Rise of Skywalker, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I did like episode 3, though. I thought that was a really cool one, to see, Vader, or not really Vader. Well, you get to see him at the end, but
Anakin.
Anakin just go batshit and slaughter everyone.
Okay, here's my take on Star Wars and Star Trek and all that. I am a fan of sci-fi, and if whatever Lucasfilm wants to put out, I'm going to be there first in line to watch it. And I'm not going to get all crazy about story and lore, and they should have done this, or they shouldn't have. Why did they do this? Because there's no way Princess Leia can fly out of the ship into space. And I thought that was probably the farthest they went with me. But you know what? It's a movie.
Right.
Suspend your disbelief. That's the first rule when you go watch a movie.
Well, especially like a sci-fi movie.
Yes. It's in the name. It's fiction. So all you diehard Star Wars fans out there, don't jump on Hazel. Don't add him.
I don't give a shit.
I know you don't. But I'm just saying, I didn't enjoy Last Jedi as much as I did, the original Star Wars. But I ran with it though. I was fine with it. Okay, I'm like, okay, so here's my thought process. Okay, so this is what the director wants us to see. All right, fine. This is a version of Star Wars that he wants to. I mean, Rian Johnson that's what he wanted to show us. Fine. I'm along for the ride. Just give me more. Give me more Mandalorian. Give me more Star Trek. Give me more sci-fi to watch. And if it's good quality, I'll be there.
I did watch Mandalorian. That was a good show.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
It was an awesome show. It's the problem is now is we're so used to getting our content now that we realize it's going to take them a year and a half to make it the next season, and a lot of people thank God there's so much to choose from, right?
It took that show a little while to get going. I felt like every episode was like kind of the same. It kind of just kept repeating itself, but I think that was the point.
Yeah,
kind of giving you the inside look out of like that kind of life,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that leaves number 1. You guys are never going to guess this one.
Dr. Sleep.
No, that's my alternate. Ready Player One. Steven Spielberg. This was my. They previewed this movie a whole year in advance when I was at the movie theater.
You stole my number 1.
And this preview had me just so giddy in my seat. I was so obsessed with seeing this. And this was based on the novel by Ernest Cline, which I did not read. But it stars Ty Sheridan, Simon Pegg, T.J. Miller, which I love that. When T.J. Miller hit, it was a great part he played. Mark Rylance as the creator of the Oasis. It was a 2045 virtual world, which everyone was engaged in. And it's a story of a contest put on by the creator. And the prize being, to replace the creator and run the Oasis. Special effects, plus story and plot, I'm in. Video game culture, oh hell yeah. And the overall feel of walking out of that theater was priceless. So that's why I have to give it as my number 1 movie of the last decade.
I am going to totally agree with you.
What? That was your number 1?
That was my number 1.
Awesome. I knew I liked this guy.
I did read the book twice.
Nice.
I read it twice and I listened to it in my car twice. So I was 4 times into the book when the movie came out. And like a lot of people, like, there are big changes. But the changes were needed, I think, to make the movie kind of like more relatable to
palatable
to now.
Yeah.
But if you haven't read the book, definitely read it. It's definitely a good read. There's a lot of, if you like Rush, there's a lot of Rush in the book, the band Rush.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But I think that was like the last time I was. That was probably the one and only time I went to a midnight release.
Yeah.
And probably the last time that I that was only in 2018. It wasn't that long ago. But,
yeah, it wasn't.
Probably the last time I actually got excited to go to the movies.
I saw it. I saw it twice at the theater. I bought it on YouTube, So I have it as a permanent movie. Whenever I feel like in the mood, I watch it. And
Same.
geez, I'm glad. I thought I was going to get roasted, right, son? This is where I'll put the sound. This is where I'll put a soundbite going. Pops, you're going to get roasted. But yeah, I thought I was going to get roasted on that one. But damn, great, man. I'm glad to hear that was your number one. So now we're all going to be disappointed when Hazel tells us his.
Aww.
Just kidding. What do you got, buddy?
No, my favorite thing though with Ready Player One, it was basically, it had nothing to do with anything that was in the books or anything that was like that they changed or things like that. But it was when they were doing the raid at the end.
Yeah.
And you could see like Freddy Krueger, and you could see Chucky, and you could see all the other avatars. And awesome. I was like, oh, like it's fucking Master Chief. And
Halo Spartans,
all the tie-ins.
Exactly.
All the tie-ins were just beautiful.
Exactly. And that was what sold it all for me. All right. Well, my number one, let me pull it up here. I want to say it came out last year.
Okay.
And it was Joker.
That's a good pick. That was one of my alternates as well.
Great movie. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Nominated for Best Picture, I must add.
Yep, exactly. I loved every minute of this movie.
Yeah.
It was just so well done. It was timely. It just talked a lot about our society and everything like that. Mm-hmm. And I just sat there and I just kind of drooled on myself at how much I was just enthralled with this movie. So,
and it was kind of. Go ahead.
I was just saying, Joaquin Phoenix just
blew it
out of the water. Like we all thought.
Heath Ledger
was. I mean, that was a great Joker too.
Yeah, he was.
Oh yeah.
But for this role, like Joaquin Phoenix just like killed it.
I was watching the Screen Actors Guild Awards, and he got nominated as Best Actor in his role as Joker, and he mentioned Heath Ledger, that he was, he had a great role model to go by, and I thought that was a nice touch. But the movie was like, it was like you're watching the destruction of a person and the build up of a psychotic person. And it showed you step by step how it was happening.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a great pick, man.
Like you almost felt like at least for me, I know a lot of people like on the internet were saying, "Oh no, he was always a crazy person." Like you almost felt bad for him,
right?
Mm-hmm. You know, like he's a human, and like you feel bad for him. And a lot of people on the internet didn't like that point of view. Like everyone's like, "Oh no, he's a crazy."
Oh, give me a break! Get away from all the politically correct crap. I'm so tired of the politically correct.
Yeah,
it's a movie, guys. It's entertainment.
He's an evil person. Like, well, there was reasons to make him evil.
He's not running for. He's not running for office. Come on.
It's a movie.
It's a movie. Yeah.
But yeah,
good pick, man.
Yeah, it spoke to me, and it was just amazing to watch.
All right, this is the time where everybody says their alternates. Do you guys have any more alternates of note? Because I've got a big list. I'm going to just run them down, but I want to hear from you guys first.
I got a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
For animated movies, because I do have kids, I would say my favorite animated movie the past decade was probably Inside Out. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
Not seen that yet.
I have not seen it.
I want to.
It's a Pixar.
Yeah, what year? Do you remember what year it was?
I can look it up.
Couple years ago, maybe?
Yeah, it's like maybe like
2015.
Okay. Okay.
It just, especially having daughters and the girl in it, it just like hit me a certain way. So
yeah.
I would probably say Dark Knight Rises.
That's good.
Yeah.
That was good.
Nolan movie. And Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, that was a great movie, wasn't it? Just total. I love all his movies, man.
And the biggest character in that was probably Christoph Waltz character. He was like my favorite. He's awesome.
Oh yeah.
He came out of nowhere from those movies.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that movie had one of the best, most well written scenes when that bar scene right before, like, you just are waiting for shit to break loose. Mm-hmm. And it's like everybody knows everybody's tale, and they're just like sitting there drinking, and you can feel the tension in the scene.
My favorite part of that movie was when Brad Pitt was talking about the bat. Favorite part of that movie. That was awesome.
I think my favorite part is still in the farm with the French.
When they were hiding under the
right
floor.
under it.
Oh yeah, that was
that was kind of like the intro.
yeah.
That was so good.
Yeah, that was really good. Anything else?
That's pretty much it.
Hazel, what about you?
All right, so I have 3 alts.
Okay.
So one of them was The Raid 2. This was a foreign movie based off of The Raid 1, which was basically this guy, he goes in with a SWAT team to take out a drug lord in, I want to say, the Philippines, possibly. And shit goes wrong. Big surprise. And basically, the drug lord ends up owning the entire building, so it's the whole building against all the SWAT guys.
I'm gonna have to get that one.
It's fucking nuts. And then The Raid 2 picks up on that. It picks up like right after that happens. And it was absolutely like one of my favorite movies of the year. And I watched it with a buddy of mine, and there's a scene in it, and he goes, "Hey, what's this about?" And I was like, "Oh, it's just going to be a pretty violent movie, you know." And it had a really good story to it. And then there was a scene that happened, and my buddy looks at me with his mouth open, and he's like, "I just can't believe I saw that." It's like, I can't believe I saw that either. But yeah. So yeah, there was that. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
That was good.
Yeah, this is the second one, not the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And then True Grit, actually, from 2010.
Oh,
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yep.
That was at 2010?
Yeah. I took my dad to see this for Father's Day.
Oh, man.
Or his birthday, one of those two. And he absolutely loved it. He thought it was my dad loved the original. So for this, he was like, I don't think I'm going to like this. But he's like, I really enjoyed everything they did with that. And I think that was done by the Coen brothers as well.
Who starred in that? Was that Clint Eastwood?
Jeff Bridges.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
And
yeah.
Haley Steinfeld and...
I'm thinking of another movie.
Yeah.
Wow. Good picks.
Matt Damon was in that too, right?
Oh, yeah, he was.
Matt Damon and
Was it?
Jeff Brolin?
Yeah, I was going to say Thanos, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good movie. I have to watch that again.
I love movies.
There's a lot of these movies I have to watch again.
All right, guys. I'd really research this out because I am a movie crazy. So
3 hours later.
Get out your pen and pencil, folks. Movies of note. I went back from 2011 to today. From 2011, The Adjustment Bureau, Moneyball.
Oh,
Remember Moneyball? Brad Pitt?
never saw it.
Oh, God, you got to see it. It's a story about the Seattle Ball Club.
No, the Oakland A's.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The Oakland A's. They're both green. From 2012, Silver Linings Playbook.
Yes.
Good
That
movie.
was on that was like an alternate to an alternate, yeah.
How about Argo?
Mm,
I haven't seen it.
This is 40.
Great movie.
That was a great movie. All
I'll
right.
watch it when I'm 40.
2013, The Hobbit, the original Hobbit. Steve Jobs, Dallas Buyers Club.
Steve Jobs was good.
Dallas Buyers Club was awesome.
That was, I couldn't believe
That was-
Matt. I didn't know Matthew McConaughey could get that skinny. It
Yeah.
just blew me away.
Kind of like Joaquin Phoenix and Joker. You got
Yeah, exactly. 2014, as Boost mentioned, Interstellar, Birdman, 300, Gone Girl,
300. Yeah.
300 really was in 2014.
2014.
Oh, I feel like it was a long time ago.
It
I
feels
looked.
like a
I,
long
look,
time
I
ago.
looked it up. I looked it up on. I looked it up. It was there. I swear it was there.
2006.
Maybe it was a remake. Maybe it was the remake. Was there a remake
The
of 300?
sequel? Yeah, the sequel.
Might have
to
been
it.
the sequel. All right. Well, okay. Technically, that's not in the last decade, but I'm putting it in there anyway. Gone Girl. Did you guys ever see Gone Girl?
Yeah, I did.
That was a
I-
disturbing movie, but it was definitely memorable.
I wish I didn't see that.
That was with Affleck.
Yep.
Ben.
Yes.
Yep. 2015, The Martian, Spectre, which was the first of that type of James Bond movie, Chappie, Mad Max Fury Road,
Chappie. Yep.
Sicario, Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
Great movies. 2016, Midnight Special, 10 Cloverfield Lane, Sully, The Accountant, Collateral Beauty, The Founder.
The Accountant was fun.
That was good. I like Ben Affleck. He's one of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
From 2017, The Circle, The Post, 3 Billboards, I, Tonya, Get Out, and Baby Driver. Good movies.
Good.
From 2018, Fantastic Beast, Bohemian Rhapsody, Annihilation, A Quiet Place, Solo, the Star Wars side jaunt, Crazy Rich Asians, Bad Times at the Old Royale, and
El Royale, yeah.
and The Mule with Clint Eastwood. 2019, this was a great year. Joker, 1917, Marriage Story. If you haven't seen it on Netflix, see it. It's
Nope.
very good. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Rocket Man, Brightburn, Yesterday, Art of Racing in the Rain, Ad Astra, Judy, Jexy, The Irishman, Dr. Sleep, Ford v Ferrari, A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, and Bombshell. So if you haven't seen these movies, play it back, write them down. These, I guarantee you will love all these movies. And if you don't, just at me. I don't care. Hey guys, thanks very much for putting in the time to research this out. I appreciate your input on this, and I thought it was a great idea. So let's wrap things up. We'll be right back with Twitter and Discord questions. All right, boys and girls, it's time for the Twitter and Discord questions. Just a little way of our community asking questions to us and especially our guest. And Hazel, why don't you ask the first one tonight, man?
All right. So, from Agent H, question for Gator and Boost. If he played it, that is.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the craziest shenanigans you got into playing Battlefield? In Battlefield 4, my squad used to run engineer class and load up a buggy with AT mines and go crashing into tanks.
Boost, did you play this game?
I did. I was a bigger Battlefield 3 fan.
Yeah, me too.
Played a lot of Battlefield 3 and Bad Company 2. But
yeah, I was trying to think of shenanigans. I mean, I did the AT mines. I did that on the buggies too. You jump out and they'd run into the tanks and blow the tank up. That was fun.
Yeah, none really come to mind.
We were very serious when we played. We played so well as a team.
It's kind of how we were, yeah.
And we were so organized. Yeah, exactly. And Battlefield, I mean, when you got in a game in Battlefield, you were there for a good hour. It wasn't these 10-minute matches, you know. You would dig in and you would protect these areas. And I don't know about you, but I played the control point game, Conquest. That was my main game.
Yeah, that's mostly what I played, I think.
Yeah, we had such, I mean, Metro. Remember the hours we'd spend in Metro? Just getting sight lines and shooting people at the escalators. It was so much fun. Oh my God. That's all I can think of, Boost. Anything, you got anything?
No, not really.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll ask another one from Agent H here. It's a question for Boost. What is your favorite 311 show or moment? Mine would have to be a tie between my first time seeing them, I think is what he's supposed to say, Jimmy's Chicken Shack opened, or 311 Day in 2004 in New Orleans. Me and my buddies made the DVD of that show, and I have the ticket.
Nice.
Number 311. Wow.
Well, that's pretty cool. As you may or may not know, I've seen 311 probably close to 50 times now.
Really?
Yeah. My wife and I see him every year. We've seen him at least once or twice a year since we got married. We've been married for 10 years.
Didn't you meet at a 311 concert?
No, our first concert together was Red Hot Chili Peppers. My friend told me that my wife was interested in me during a Tom Petty concert.
Oh, dude.
So a lot of our relationship revolved around concerts. So kind of kept that. And I was a huge 311 fan before that. I kind of made my wife a big 311 fan. But probably my favorite 311 moment was seeing them in Vegas for 311 Day 2010. That was actually our first 311 Day together. So it was a lot of fun being in Vegas too. That was our first time in Vegas and first time 311 Day. So that was fun.
Dude, can I just live vicariously through you? Holy shit. Tom Petty? I would have loved to have seen him in concert.
Yeah, it was Tom Petty and Bob Dylan together.
Oh my god.
Wow.
First show. That was awesome. That was back in 2003.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that was great.
Wow.
Oh, actually, no. Our first concert together was The Doors.
What?
Yeah, we saw The Doors without.
Well, yeah. It was the keyboardist and the drummer, right?
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember them.
We saw The Doors, and then we saw Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yeah.
Wow.
I was
Alright.
a concert nut. I used to go to probably like 3 concerts a week.
Oh my god,
Wow.
dude.
It sounds awesome.
So how are you all with movies? I am with concerts and music.
I totally get it now. I do. All right, Hazel. Why don't you go next, man?
All right, sir. So, question for Boost from Easy. How are you enjoying life in the best city in the world? Are you used to tornado sirens?
Oddly enough, I am. When the tornado sirens go off, I go outside and look for tornadoes. Because another fun fact about myself, I am a weather nut. I love weather.
Yeah.
I love like storms. Like I'll go outside during a lightning storm, which you probably shouldn't do. I just love watching it, listening to it. And tornadoes are actually always kind of my interest as like a kid. So
Do you get that little rush when that fresh ozone hits you from a rainstorm coming?
oh yeah.
God, that's a great smell.
Mm,
It's a great smell.
I want to bottle that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And the storms here, I don't know if you've ever been to Texas.
No, I
But
haven't.
The storms here are like, because where I came from, there's a lot of mountains, a lot of big trees, so the sound kind of gets reflected a lot. But here it's just flat, so that the sound of lightning is insane. It like shakes the
Wow.
house. It's awesome.
Holy shit.
Jeez. I've got 2 here from Uncle Scumdeath to Boost. I'll start with this one. Question for Boost. Do you have a daily beard routine? I don't. So I have a massive dreadlock in the back of my beard, and it's starting to get tight. I need to brush mine at least, I think. Love the show, guys.
So a lot of people at work actually ask me if I do anything, like if I put beard oil or anything in. I don't. I do lotion my face every day, and I do put lotion in my beard, which helps it kind of stay nice and soft. But I do brush it every day after my shower.
Wow. Dude, your beard game is the best I've ever seen, so
Yes.
congrats, dude.
It was I think it was Justin said like when we used to do the podcast on video, he's
Mhm.
like, your beard almost looks like foam. Like it's
It's
perfect.
It is, dude. I can't explain it. I'm not even a beard guy, but I was like, damn, that's outstanding.
A lot of people compare me to the guy from 300.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Kind of look like him a little bit
You do. Yeah.
with the beard.
Fun fact, I was fanboying with Hazel before you got on. I have a friend in real life who looks identical to you. He does not have a beard. He's clean shaven, but he acts like you. He has the mannerisms of you, and of course his name's Todd, like me. So I mean, you can't beat that. But
That's pretty funny.
that's the reason I always kind of fanboyed out when you were on Dad's Tales, because when I saw you guys on video, I was like, my God, he's like a spitting image of my friend. I've known this guy I've known this friend for 20 years, and it's just uncanny. He's 10 years older than you though, so but
It's a simulation.
it's outstanding, dude. I'm just amazed.
We all have a double out there.
We do have a doppelganger somewhere. This was the second question from Uncle Scumdeath. He goes, question for Boost: 311 or Iron Maiden?
311.
I think that's an easy answer.
311's like I have it tattooed on my arm.
Nice.
It's almost, to be a 311 fan, it's almost like a way of life. It's their songs are very positive. It's about positive thinking about life in a positive way. So
I kind of get that vibe from their songs. Yeah.
it's very chill. Yeah, their earlier stuff was a little more like grunge, like not grunge rock, but a little more. I guess because they were teenagers. So
Yeah.
but as they got older, it's a lot more about positivity and unity and everybody being together. So
All right.
Very cool. Yeah, since I've started listening to Dad Tales and hearing you talk about 311, I've actually started listening to 311 because I never listened to them before. So I thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
All right. Question from Mrs. Hazelnut. Question for the show. Have any of you three beaten all three super, and now I'll cater to you two guys, Mario games? Thanks. Love listening.
Thank you for that. Thanks, Mrs. Hazelnut, for sending that question. That was from our Twitter, actually, our Twitter feed.
Yes, I have.
Really?
Sorry, I was a Donkey Kong guy, and Donkey Kong was the game I was wanting to beat. But I've played all of them. I don't think I ever finished them though, because I was flocking to Crash Bandicoot back in the day. I mean, I moved on pretty fast. And I might have finished one, but I just honestly can't remember. So long ago.
Mario Brothers 3 is probably one of the best games ever.
Yeah, it was good. It was all the oh, damn it, you got me saying it now. All the Mario, damn it, Hazel. All the Marios are good. They're all good. I mean, that's why they stand the test of time. I mean, that's why Nintendo still to this day sells a ton of those games.
Yeah, my daughter and I are currently playing our way through Mario Odyssey on Switch. That game's great too.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
If I got a Switch, I would never leave the house.
For a while I was like, the Switch kind of looks like a Wii, kind of looks dumb. But the Switch is awesome. It's pretty damn fun.
I'm afraid to get it. I mean, my wife already kicks my ass because I play too much, but I'd probably be divorced tomorrow if I got a Switch. So I've been keeping it at arm's length. Probably a good idea. I've got one from Chubby Wizard. He always has great questions. Question for the show. No, hang in there. It's a long one. What was the first record, tape, CD that you bought with your own money? And what song did you buy it for? My first record was Van Halen's Woman and Children First. I do know that album. And the song was And the Cradle Will Rock. It was a great song. I'll never get my 18-year-old cousin putting that record on. I'll never forget my 18-year-old cousin putting that record on and cranking the volume up. My 9-year-old me was blown away. Thanks and love the show. Boost, we'll start with you, man. What do you think? What was your first?
I know exactly what it was because I'll never forget. 1994, Green Day Dookie on cassette tape.
Oh, nice.
I was 9 years old at the time, and that was the first cassette tape I went out and purchased with my own hard-earned lawn mowing money.
What was the? Yeah, me too, man. What was the song that you bought it for? I know the whole album's great, but what was what at the time?
Probably When I Come Around.
Okay, that's a great song.
One of my favorite Green Day songs, and of course, Basket Case. But.
Yep, Longview. That's another great one from that.
Yeah. Well, you, Hazel. Curious what you have to say.
So for me, this is a great moment here. So it was Black Sheep. It was a rap CD, and the song was "The Choice Is Yours." And it's one of those things that when you listen to it, you're going to go, "Oh, I remember that song." But it was parental advisory too, so it was, So I was young enough where I couldn't buy it myself. I was going to get, carded and everything else. Well, my dad's like, "Hey, what's this parental advisory means? It says explicit content."
Oh, that's
like,
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, it means they cuss." And he's like, "No, I'm not buying that for you." And I'm like, "It's my money." And he's just like, "Yeah, but you need me to buy it for you." And I was like, "Well, you and Mom cuss all the time, so what's the difference?" And he stops and he looks at me, and then he's like, "All right, I'll get it for you. Give me your money." And that was it.
Wow. That's kind of a fun question. What was your first parental advisory? So I guess that was it for you, right?
Yeah, that would be it for me, yeah.
Oh, boy.
For me, it was Blood Sugar Sex Magic.
Oh,
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
fantastic.
See, I'm going to show my age here. They didn't have parental advisories when I bought music. My first album, I've already said this before, was Foreigner 4. And I bought it for Urgent. I don't know if you guys remember that song, Urgent, Urgent. That's the song I bought. Yeah, I know. It's well before you guys were born. It's all right. No worries. No worries. That was my first. And I did buy it with my own lawn mowing money as well. Let's see. Let's take a couple more here, Hazel. Do we have any more Twitter ones? I want to make sure we got all those.
Yeah, we got 2 more from Twitter.
Okay.
So this one here is from... Hey, Beagle. This one here is from BitDead, the lovely Ian.
Nice.
So I'm glad to see him actually chiming in. That makes me smile.
I really smiled when I saw that tweet.
Exactly. So now this one goes to all 3 of us.
Okay.
What would be your ultimate Destiny 3 game? You could have anything you want.
Well, I'll go first. I've already discussed mine. Luke Smith told me in a dream it's going to be Destiny Universe. It'll be Destiny 1 and 2, everything, and new stuff, all combined in one giant game. That's what I want.
Back.
Yep.
That would be fantastic.
Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know.
Well, apparently they're doing a lot of talk now that Destiny 3 is not going to happen at all.
Well, what I've heard is that we're going to get another year of Destiny 2 content. And then it's questionable after that. Because, we're halfway through. We still have 5 years left of their 10-year plan, right?
Yeah, but they don't have to uphold the 10-year plan now.
No, that's true. They're not with the
I don't know if they can abandon that world, though.
No.
The universe. And that just like the community. I don't think they can abandon that. I think they should just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I saw today that they're hiring for a new IP.
Yeah, I know they're making something else. They're working on something else.
Mm-hmm. So, for me, what I want to see is kind of what the rumblings were back maybe 6 months ago about Destiny 3, where basically it's an open world environment and it's good Guardians versus bad Guardians. And each one has their own skill trees and stuff like that.
I like that. And you know what you'd be better is if the factions got involved.
Yeah, exactly. And then, taking it one step further, so imagine good Guardians and bad Guardians, and it's, you have D1 and D2 stuff in there, and new content.
You could do with that too. You could do it's already like an apocalyptic type game,
mm-hmm.
but it could be that, but in the Destiny universe. So that's why there's good Guardians and bad Guardians. Like something happens, and that splits the community.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
Be a great divergence. I like it.
That'd be heartwarming.
Maybe the darkness finally comes, and there's the traveler in the darkness.
Maybe some people get succumbed to the darkness. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Great lore. There's probably a ton of lore there.
Or somebody who's a lore fan just went they just had chills, and they're like, these guys don't know what the hell they're talking about.
They just eye rolled, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, too.
They're like fucking casuals.
Well, actually, I think you had one more, Hazel, from our Twitter feed.
Put me on the spot.
Well, you're reading them. I'll let you read them.
Okay, we'll find me that way. All right. We have a question from Brad at Brad 5 a.m.
Nice.
Yeah. So, have you ever acted out the expression, a cross thread is a tight thread? And how did you feel the first time you did it? And then there's a second part that I will save. Well, until after you answer that one.
I'm sure, I don't know, Brad is Lisa Button. He's my buddy from the Jersey. I knew him in real life, and we kind of transferred to gaming too. So he was a technician with me for probably about 6-7 years. So a joke in mechanics world is cross-threading a bolt. So
right.
Basically, you're tightening the bolt, but it's not going in straight. it's going in kind of crooked. So you're cross-threading it.
You're committed, though.
You're committed. So once you commit to the cross thread, you gotta just hammer it home. So,
I've been there, man. That's why I could say that.
so an old saying is a cross thread is a tight thread. Because
Nice.
it's never coming loose.
Good luck for that next mechanic.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And the second part of his question is, and what was your favorite character and move to do in D1? Warlock and self-res, Titan and shoulder charge, etc.
Striker Titan was definitely my Destiny 1. I just loved... I used to save the super, and mostly for PvP. I used to save it for other supers, so they would come at me with, like, Blade Dancer, and I'd just destroy it, you know?
Yeah. Shut down super, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
I like this one from Uncle Scumdeath. I have to talk about this one. If you were a WWE wrestler, what would your walk-on music be?
I would do Metallica 1.
Okay.
Ooh.
I think it'd be YYZ for me from Rush.
Good choice.
Might take a while to get down there, but I might have to do laps. Oh, hell yeah. What about you, Hazel?
I think I go classic and go Killing in the Name. Rage Against the
I
Rage Against the
love
Machine.
I love
Nice.
Rage. Yes. Hell yeah. All right. You pick one more, Hazel, and I'm going to pick one more, and then we'll call it a night.
All right. I guess you're waiting on me.
Yep.
All right. 1 second.
Well, no. Go ahead. I'll pick this one. I'll let you get the last one here. Let's pick one from Uncle Scumdeath. He's got a few here. Okay. Question for the show. The first Taco Bell has just opened in town. This is in England. Shall I go there, or is it crap? I've heard different stories. Love the show.
I would say, I mean, personally, I mean, Taco Bell, if you're going to Taco Bell to have a real taco, then you're not going to Taco Bell the right way.
No.
You just have Taco Bell is like drunk food. That's the kind of place it is. But I think the best thing at Taco Bell is the chalupa.
Good choice.
The Baja chalupa.
Mm.
You a spicy guy? You like the spicy sauce on it?
It's a little spicy.
Okay.
I'm not a huge spicy fan because it makes me sweat,
Right.
but a little bit of spice.
I'll say if you're going to go there the first time, get a double burrito supreme. I love burritos. I mean, I grew up on those when I was in high school, but you wouldn't catch me 500 yards from that place now. But my old man's stomach just couldn't handle that kind of food anymore. But
Yeah.
I mean, maybe every like I go to McDonald's like once a year just to get a milkshake and fries, and I'm always like, why do you hate yourself, Todd? But you gotta have it, right? You gotta remember that taste. It's so iconic to your youth, you know.
So we have In-N-Out Burger here now.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
It's only in 2 places in the world: California and Dallas.
Not in Florida.
Hmm.
Sucks.
Yeah, I would say yeah. I mean, try it once. I mean, Taco Bell was always my go-to. So it's like my wife would be like, hey, let's, we're doing dinner on our own. And she's like, I know you're going to Taco Bell. And then I was like, and then I would leave and then I'd get food and I'd be like, oh my God, why do I hate myself so much? Like, what am I punishing myself for?
That feeling when you're running for the border.
Nice.
I loved it when that was their saying back in the day.
Yep.
You hear that bell, that meant go to the toilet. All right, Hazel,
I still miss the Chihuahua.
Yeah, I do too. That was good times.
All right.
Hazel, close us out.
All right. Gonna send us out on an uplifting note here from Uncle Scumdeath.
Mhm.
Last night, whilst playing Spider-Man on PS4, I was enjoying it so much I actually found myself smiling because it's so enjoyable. When was the last time a game made you smile because it was so good? no Destiny moments, please.
Well, shit, I'm out. No, I got one. Go ahead, Boost. What do you think?
Last time a game made me smile. Oh, wow. Probably, playing Mario Odyssey with my daughter.
Yeah.
It's kind of, she's only 8, so it's kind of like our first, like, real introduction to like, gaming. And we kind of, like, pass the controller back and forth. And, like, we laugh at parts. I think it's been, like, a little fun little bonding thing. That makes me smile.
Yeah, seeing their wonder in their eyes when they're watching the game. Yeah, brings you. I don't know about you, but I kind of relived my childhood when my son and daughter were growing up.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's so awesome, man. What about you, Hazel?
Very cool, man. So I've got 2. So I'm gonna cop out and kind of say what Boost said as well. So watching my daughter play the Goat Simulator game.
I laugh every time you say that.
Yeah, because she loves it, and she's already asked. She's like, "Dad, since Mom's not here, can we play
the Goat game?
The Goat game again?" And I'm like, "You just want to lick garbage cans? Come on now." So, and she just laughs, and she just has this like hysterical laughter that would just like put a smile on my face. And it's just awesome. But probably one of the like games that I really got into that made me smile like that, got me scared actually, was the Friday the 13th game.
Oh, that was funny. That was some good times with a group.
Yeah, exactly. And then one person would be Jason, and then they would just like go on mute basically, and then just show up randomly at your house.
That was good fun.
Kicking in the door and freaking everybody out, and everybody's screaming.
Damn,
it's good times.
That was so much fun. Because then you can always they had an open chat system, so when you were Jason and you got close to the players, you could actually start going, "Oh, I'm coming after you! You better run! You better run!" Yeah. Oh my god, that was so much fun.
Yeah, something similar like that. Except Jason, one of the games that I played, was acting like he was one of the people, like in the room with me. So we were like hiding. He's like, "Hey, is it safe to come out?"
That's all you can do, man.
And I'm like, "Oh, yeah." I'm like, "Okay, hey, all right, yeah, come on, let's go." And we came out, and there he was right there. Like, you mother.
Oh, man.
Good times. What about you, sir?
Well, I already told you. I mean, I used to spend hours just sitting on the Cosmodrome on Destiny 1 and just listening, watching the horizon and listening. And Horizon Zero Dawn would probably be a second. I'm all about realism, and until video games become photorealistic, I'm very much a stickler on graphics. Like my son said earlier, I love graphics. I love realism in the game, and don't get me wrong, I love playing Donkey Kong too. But when I get into a game, I want to be sucked into that environment, and I guess Horizon Zero Dawn would be my answer if I can't use Destiny. I would definitely recommend the Modern Warfare campaign. I haven't played it yet, but I heard it's really good. It's pretty good. Yeah, I'm definitely doing that. It's on my list. If you're a stickler if you like graphics, I like graphics too. Yeah, it's a really gorgeous game. I played the first story, and then I got sucked into Destiny. Yeah,
I wish that you could just buy the damn campaign separate from the PvP.
I don't know.
That's all I want to play. I just want to play the campaign. I don't give a shit about the PvP.
That's the main reason I bought Modern Warfare, is because I heard about the story being so real and disturbing a little bit. Yeah, it was good. That's why I got it. I don't know why every time. I think I skipped World War II. I didn't buy that one, but every year I'm a sucker. I'm like, my friends will be on. I'll jump on and just shooties and looties. Have fun. And always get sucked back into Destiny. Never fails. Never fails. Well, hey guys, thanks for sending those questions in. If we didn't get to your question, and I see you, Drafty, I saw that you had a question in there, we'll mention it next week. We do appreciate everybody putting in your questions to ask us. And just remember, we do have a channel in our Discord called Podcast Questions. Anytime you want to drop us a question, throw it in there. We do pin them, so we'll never forget them. They will be asked. And then we also, like I said, you can send it to us on our Twitter feed as well. Hey, guys, we're trying to wrap things up here. Let's go on to our Spotify playlist. These are just a little sprinkling of what the three of us like to listen to. And we invite you to listen to it as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast playlist on Spotify. And thanks to RNG Gator, now on iTunes. I will put the links for both of those playlists in our show notes. So if you're not a Spotify person, you're more of an iTunes person, we'll have the playlist there as well for you. So, like I said, I'll post it all in the show notes. Hey, Boost, since you're our guest of honor, brother, tell us your first pick.
Sure. So I'll start it with something simple that you probably already know. 311 off their new album. The song is called Dodging Raindrops. It's actually my daughter's favorite song off their new album. We actually took them to go see 311 for their first 311 show. All three of my daughters. Yeah, so that was fun.
That's so awesome.
We're bringing them into the life.
Very cool.
And then my other choice, this band from France. It's actually like a metalcore band, but they do have, like, this song is actually kind of like not a ballad, but like a softer song.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's mostly acoustic, but Novelists, FR. I think the FR is for French because there's another Novelists band, but this is the French. And I have no idea how to say the name because it's in French.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie.
Oh, C'est la vie. Okay.
Yep.
So that's actually the name of the album, but they do sing in English. So if you're worried if they sing in French, they don't. So
nice. Yeah, you. I got to give you the award for guest with the hardest lookup for songs. When you put that in there, you gave me a YouTube link, and I watched the video and I listened to the song. It's really great, but I was like,
yeah, it is.
Holy crap! Is this the band or is this the album? Or so I figured it out finally and was able to find it. But got to give you
that is the name of the album. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it was really good. Hazel, what about you, man? What's your first pick?
All right, sir. So basically, my first parental advisory album was Black Sheep, and I ended up picking one of their songs from that, and that was "The Choice Is Yours."
Nice.
So that's on there, and then a second song was "Dead and Bloated" from the Stone Temple Pilots.
Very great song, man. Yeah, that struck my soul. I love STP. Great band.
Oh yeah.
Okay, my first pick, this was a classic, and I kind of felt like I had to put this one in there. It's from the 1971 album, Led Zeppelin 4, It's Going to California. Great songs, my wife's favorite Led Zeppelin song, and you probably tell I'm kind of a pushover when it comes to picking songs. My wife will mention something, she'll put little birdie, she'll be a little birdie that puts a little idea in my head, and sure enough, it'll find its way on the playlist. My second pick is, I think this is our second Beck song. This is from his new album, Hyperspace, which I don't know, fun fact here, that is from a video game he used to play called Asteroids, where if you got in trouble, you could hit a button and you would go to hyperspace and teleport to a safe area without getting crushed by asteroids. So I love that he's a gamer, and the song is Uneventful Days. It's off his new album, Hyperspace.
Nice.
Very nice.
Well, good deal, guys. I think we got a show, guys. I think we did it. Thank you, Boost, for lasting 3.5 hours here.
Oh, good, man. That was fun.
Dude, I would just want to thank you again for coming on. It was an awesome show. I've been so looking forward to you coming on. And
no problem.
I appreciate you accepting our invite.
If you ever want to reinvite me, I'm available.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. So let me start with you. Where can people find you in the internet, Veer?
Mostly on Twitter and a little bit on Instagram. BOOSTkdv.
Easy enough.
Damn it.
Yep, that's it.
I thought he's on it. I know that's Baroque's line. Anywhere and everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Was that your line or Baroque's? Was that Baroque's line or your line? I can't remember now.
I think that was mine.
Yeah,
BOOSTkdv, everyone, everywhere. Yeah.
I love that, dude. That's so iconic. And dude, you do Twitter? I mean, do you do Twitch anymore? Or?
Nah, not really.
No, okay. That's cool. Hazel, sir?
Hazel NT. Everywhere.
Nice. You can contact me on the Twitter at Todd the Gator. You can also find me on YouTube, Steam, and PS4. GATR, all caps, underscores in between. Gator, space GDC on Xbox. Stop by my YouTube channel. I am at 94 subscribers now. 6 to go, guys. 6 to go. So
We're on Twitch?
on YouTube. I've had this YouTube channel for a long time. I've got videos from Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, all the games I've played in the past. It's like a little memory lane of all the games I played, and it's just all gameplay. It's all gameplay videos. I may have a couple how-tos in there, but like tank tips and Battlefield 4, stupid stuff like that. But yeah, check me out. And I want to get to that 100 mark. So anybody who stops by and subs, I do appreciate it. I'll post a link in the show notes. Otherwise, no big deal. You can find us, by the way, on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, Overcast, or pretty much anywhere you get your podcasts these days. You can also email us at guardiandowncast@gmail.com. And we're on Twitter at guardian_d_cast for any show questions or whatever you like to convey to us. We have a fantastic Discord as well. Just search for Guardian Downcast, and I'll post a permanent invite link in our show notes like I do every week. Thank you all so very much for listening. And later, Guardian.
Toddles.
Hey, man, dude, this was a total pleasure you coming on tonight, man.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Pleasure was mine. It's fun.
I know you mentioned you have 2 girls, right?
I have 3 girls.
Holy
and
moly!
I have a boy on the way.
Holy moly!
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Wow, dude, that is amazing. 3 girls. I mean, notwithstanding your son coming soon, 3 girls, man. Wow. Ooh.
My wife and I always thought I'd be the dad with 4 girls. So my wife always wanted 4 kids because she doesn't like odd numbers. But,
That's awesome. Yeah,
I
I
got lucky. Got the boy. There's this old saying: every man wants a son, but every man needs a daughter.
That's very true.
Yeah, that's sad but true. Yeah,
It's very true. As your daughter is, face it, your daughters own you. They have their finger around your heart.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, you could have the worst day, and then my daughter will just say hi, and I'll be like, "I'm good."
Yep.
I'm good.
Every day I open the garage door and they all come running out in their socks or bare feet, whatever.
How old are they now?
8, 6, and 4.
Okay. Add 10 years to that, and they will not be seen. So enjoy it. You'll be going into their room, and they'll have headphones on or earbuds in, and you'll go, "Hey, I'm home." Huh? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just preparing you. Heck, we all have daughters, don't we? Holy moly.
yep.
Holy moly.